Welcome to Corella. The first known being of this world was the god Urian. Less than 5,000 years ago, he created all of the other races. Humans, elves, kinderfolk, gnomes, dwarves, pikeys, wyverns, and giants. All of the races mingled and fought, coveting each other's lands and vying for more territory and riches. This grasp for power culminated in the Border Wars, which lasted 1,000 years. Peace came in a treaty, leaving each of the races to rule their own lands. Corella has enjoyed several hundred years of peace and prosperity, but something dark, something unexplained is beginning to corrupt the world, magic, and perhaps even Urian himself. This corruption has turned a once peaceful land into a world ripe with danger and adventure, which is where we find our band of heroes in the Corellan Chronicles.
So, cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Get in here, baby girl. Get in here.
Another night at D&D.
Wow! This is so gross!
And then that icy vodka.
Yeah, Capri Suns are great.
Mine was great.
Why is liquor terrible?
Just as good as I remember.
Did you get yours? You did it?
Fantastic.
Oh!
I think I'll be okay.
Chaser?
No, I got my
I think I'll
It's
be
an
okay.
IPA.
Oh, no, thank you!
Oh no!
No, thank
Are you
you.
asking her to chase with an electric jellyfish?
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, thank
Not
you.
really.
I'll be okay.
I am
No.
worried at that.
Buddha.
Any leftover?
No.
I only got 4.
I think that Jaeger is probably like 5 years old too. I don't even remember it like coming
I
into
don't
the
think
house.
it goes bad.
No, it doesn't go
I
bad.
feel like the
I mean,
Jaeger
it can't
takes
get
5
worse.
years off of your life.
Welcome to Corella, everyone. So, welcome to Corella, everyone. I am Ty Galloway, your dungeon master, and playing live play D&D in kind of a homebrew world of mine. So, roughly using some of the D&D rules. We are not voice actors. We are not professional D&D players. We are friends that like to play a game in a world that I wrote about. But we'll just go around the table and introduce ourselves, our characters, and then I'll do a small recap from the last episode. Miss Nikki, what's your name?
My name is Aberdeen Abernathy, and I'm a halfling cleric, and I can appreciate that I have a bald spot on my head, and I'm only about 3'11", so I can't move very quick.
Tiny
And
little legs.
I'm with my tiny little legs, and I'm a little sassy, and I kind of have a chip on my shoulder from my background as a cleric that has yet to be divulged to my party of why I left/got kicked out.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Kicked out.
Dustin.
My name is Dustin. I voice Carl for easier pronunciation. I'm a half-elf druid who half-elf druid kind of person who does his best to try to cast spells and roll the dice necessary, but sometimes fall short. I'm also somewhat optimistic within the game, which I really enjoy, and I've adopted a now making decisions in the game based off of dice rolls for my characters.
It's very meta.
It's very meta, very meta. Because I have a die. Nice. Yeah.
Bergar Greenfield, last living member of the Greenfield clan. My sweet wife Eleanor was trapped in a rock. Been trying to get her free, and in that process, me boyo Bandit was stolen by some creepy bitch, and I've fallen in with a band of idiots, and I hope they can help me, but I'm not sure if they can.
All right, Wes.
All right. Wes, I play Zakar. I'm the half ranger, half of the half elf, half of the party. And I am definitely one of the idiots.
Definitely one of the idiots.
Definitely one of the idiots.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Okay, so quick recap of the last episode because it has been a while since we played. You guys were traveling upstream in the swamp with Jasper to try and find Carl's boss, and the subject of your pursuit Becca Hawthorne, mostly because Jasper, who is her brother-in-law, wanted to see what's going on with his niece and his nephew and his sister-in-law and see what was happening there. And you guys wanted to see what Becca was doing in the manor. And you guys came upon a bandit camp, and through some fighting and turmoil and trials and tribulations and lots of many good shots with bows and arrows, you guys fought the bandit camp, successfully stormed the camp, and managed to free your friend Aberdeen from her cage, and another friend of yours and Aberdeen's, Praetor Victus, who helped you in your battle a little bit. Aberdeen also helped you in your battle, and at the end of the fight, you ended up fighting against Becca herself and some kind of creepy woman that Mr. Daniel was alluding to in his preamble. This other woman, known only to you guys so far as a Praetess, she managed to somehow capture Beregar's animal companion Bandit in a piece of amber, and then quickly spirited herself and Bandit away. Beregar gave chase for a little while, but was not able to catch up to her, and he came back to the camp, and that's where we are. Becca is still in the camp. She helped you out in the fight a little bit, you think maybe, but at the very least she stopped casting fireballs at you guys and stopped fighting against you. And she kind of sat down on the ground and started holding her head in her hands. Everybody is kind of beaten up from the battle. A lot of you guys took a bunch of fire damage. Daniel took a lot of arrows. Beregar took a lot of arrows.
Missed a lot.
Missed a lot of arrows too. But that's where we are. So, Beregar, you just made your way back to the camp. You were not able to catch up with the Praetess, and the rest of you guys are kind of standing around taking stock of what's happened after the battle. It has been roughly a minute since the battle ended, so
I feel horrible.
that's where we are.
Oh man.
I can't believe that woman ate Bandit.
Now we got wolves in his woods.
Ghost Bandit.
I think we might need to regroup somewhere maybe a little safe, or we need to find... Where's Praetor Victus?
I'm over here. Victus comes on and says, "Oh, how you doing there, guys? That was a tough battle. Well, I'm feeling kind of a little worse for the wear. Everybody, how you doing? I haven't seen you in ages."
Not good.
No, you're looking pretty rough.
No, it's been a horrible night. It's been a horrible couple weeks. I have not seen you in a very long time. I don't know what you were doing here. Why were you in that cage? Do you need some cure wounds? You look a little beat up. You taught me that spell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did there. Yeah,
You
for
did.
sure. No, I'm doing okay, but I did. I'm not exactly sure how I ended up here. It was. I remember we were out in the swamps. We were looking for some people that had been interrupted in this town, taken over this town called Loghorn, and we were sent here by Pindius Howell from the Ashington Monastery, and he wanted us to come check out what was going on down here in the south, because there's lots of strange stories, and we got into the town of Loghorn, and I don't remember what happened after that. I woke up in this here cage, and that's about where I am. Beregar, right?
I'm not Beregar. Sorry, my name's Carl.
Well, that's nice to meet you there, Carl.
It's nice to meet you.
My name
I
is-
completely understand that you could probably mistake me, a half elf, for Beregar.
It's been a rough day.
I get that. I get that. You have no idea how you got here, so.
I woke up in a
completely
cage,
get it.
and then I saw my friend over here, and there was somebody in between us, and there was a fireball, and that's kind of where I am.
Well, no, you're not in a cage.
Now I'm not in a cage, and most of the bad people seem to be dead, so that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, we did kill a lot of people.
We killed
We
many.
killed a lot of people.
I don't know if I did.
We did a good
We
job.
killed many.
I'm gonna say we did a good job. I think that was good.
Carl, can you go gather some whiskweed or something that druids like to gather, so maybe we can restore Praetor Victus's memory
Oh.
loss? You know things about nature and
Yeah.
stuff.
You're also still pretty mad at Rebecca Hawthorne right
She is on the ground, and she has her head in her hands, and she has not moved or said anything.
She shot you guys with a fireball.
Yeah.
But she's
I'm
She's
I'm
just
okay
kinda-
for right now.
she's just like she's
in the
we
middle
kicked
of the
her butt.
fight. In the middle of the fight, the best you could tell, she did something to release Beargar from his spell, and then she sat down on the ground and started kind of holding her head in her hands. You know what? Actually, why don't everybody that's there give me an insight check on Rebecca?
Actually,
13.
I'm gonna say it's probably just a 14.
Yeah, because probably you're
8.
listening. 13, 8, and
Yep, plus 0. 14.
14. Okay. So the two of you notice, and when you're kind of thinking back on what happened in the fight, you saw her look at the Prietess, and then you saw her look at Carl and Beargar, and there was a kind of look of resignation on her face and sorrow. It's hard to tell why your insight rolls weren't high enough to kind of get an idea of what happened there or get even like a read on that. But other than that, she resigned herself to something and immediately kind of felt regret or pain for that of some sort, and then she stopped fighting and released Beargar from the spell, and that's it. So it gives you some insight onto Becca's state of being right now, and now she's on the ground crying. So you see Victus walks over, kind of approaches her, but he's still looking at the three of you, and he says, to make introductions official here, I am Prior Gordon Victus. I'm from Ashington Monastery. I am one of the teachers in a praetor of Urian and the Urianic Church. And I came here on a mission to try and figure out what these bandit raids are going on around the towns, and to figure out there were some strange stories of strange magic here in the swamps. And I was trying to figure out what was going on for the monastery, because that's kind of my speciality: strange magics and the weird history of Corella. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I ended up here. My head does hurt real bad though. And so I got Carl, and I know you, Aberdeen, and
My name is Zakar. I work with the Sisterhood of the Seven Winds.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Come out here on their behalf. Looking into some strange magical happenings and whatnot.
I see.
Trying to get some sort of information. You seem like a person who might have some information I need.
Well, I mean, we should share notes, so to speak, because I'm sure that the sisters have been very curious about what's going on here too.
They seem to be. I know that there was a storm, and there's some lightning, and some yellow-eyed creatures, and that's
Yeah,
about as far as I've got.
the yellow-eyed creatures are the strange thing, and that's definitely one of the reasons I'm here. The storm was a surprise to me, though. Kind of snuck up on us. That happened right before I got into Loghorn, and that's kind of the last thing I remember. Storm, Loghorn, and then I'm here.
Yeah, we had to go to a winery. You want some wine?
I love some wine.
You pull out a bottle of the
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
whichever one. Family Reserve, probably.
Drinks the wine. Perfect.
Are you healed, Prater Victus?
Oh, I'll be all right.
Okay.
think
Did
the
that bring
wine's
back your
helping.
memory?
No.
Did it make it worse?
I think maybe what happened was I got hit over the head by somebody,
Knocked out.
and then I don't know. I woke up in a
Okay,
cage.
so it's not memory loss. It's from like a bludgeoning of some sort.
A flogging.
I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think you could say I was flogged.
Flogging to your noggin.
Possibility.
Here was
Okay,
a
so no
flogging
need
to
for the
my
whiskey,
noggin.
Druid. Thank you, though.
You're welcome. I was happy to go get it though.
Thank you.
Can we?
Carl, do
Should
you
we?
know this woman? Is it?
I mean,
She's just kind of sitting here.
I kind of do. Like I've met her before, at Andrehem Gate. But Becca, are you okay? What is going on?
She kind of looks up and wipes her face, and you can tell she's been crying. And she's managed over the last minute or so the conversation going on around her to compose herself some. And she stands up. And she looks around. She's like, "Well, Carl, I mean, I'm glad to see you're here. I'm glad to see that maybe you're fighting on the right side. I think I got a lot of explaining to do to you, but right now I'm very sorry for any pain that I cause all of you."
Beargar comes crashing into the brush. What is she? What is she? Hey, Victus! Looking good, fat man.
Hey there,
Where is she? Where's the red-headed one? And I go right up to her and I like pick her up.
Yeah, she does not resist at all.
Pick her up. It's like, where is she going?
I imagine she's going back to the. Yeah, I mean she's got to be making her way back to him.
Where is he?
Well, we don't know where he is. He's almost impossible to find. But when she
Who?
gets,
Who is her and him? Him is
Who
her.
is he?
The one who took Bandit. The evil bitch with the teeth and the eyes.
The 8 bandits?
She took Bandit in a rock. If she can put Bandit in a rock, she can get Eleanor out. And
Well, I saw her from back there. She ate bandits.
she didn't eat Bandit, you halfwit.
Oh,
She's in a fucking rock. We have to go.
Of course,
Where
Bear
did
God.
she go?
she's like, listen. I promise you, I will help you. I will tell you anything. Please put me down. I'm very sorry for any pain that I caused you. All I can say is that she's definitely going to be heading back to the convent up in the hills, back in the back of the swamp. It's at least a day for her to get there, and then it'll be at least a day for him to meet her there. If
Elf.
not more.
We're moving. And Beargar starts heading, tromping out into the swamp.
Okay, so that's
can I try and roll some of these bandits and see if there's any like weapons or
Yeah, can we like can
we pillage?
weapons gold?
Can we
Yes,
pillage
Can we
and
pillage
plunder the
everything?
people that we have destroyed?
you guys are more like that. You have an entire bandit camp laid out over 3 tiers of kind of like a swamp hill or a hill in a swamp, and some ruins at the top. But it's up to you guys. I mean, one of you is heading after bandit.
Yeah. I gathered up my shit, my wine bottles. Some of them broke in the battle. Beargar is going back off in the way from which he came.
I'm just gonna cast.
Why?
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on Beargar.
Sure.
And I'm gonna start rolling some, just investigating a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna
I've got him. I can keep track of him. I can find him in a minute. He's slow. It's fine.
Tromping through
If
the
we need to do
woods,
anything.
drinking wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he finishes a bottle, smashes it on the ground, and just man on a mission. He's fucking.
All right. So you were chopping through the woods. We'll get back to you in a second. Is that okay? Are we good with for now? Are we good with Becca? You guys are like Beargar's going. We'll roll these people. Becca's not. She's kind of said what she had to say so far. So
Carl,
If
can you
guys-
grab her and drag her with, and we're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just see if there's anything important real quick, and we'll.
listen, I don't know if I can go with y'all. I don't know if I can do that. And I mean, how did you even find me here? How did you get here?
Jasper.
Jasper and
Where is Jasper?
Thomas.
Thomas is here.
Yeah, yeah.
Thomas.
Thomas is not that far.
Thomas and you said Jasper.
Yeah, we took Jasper's boat.
Jasper Hawthorne?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
yeah.
Why is Jasper here? Did he was not a part of the battle.
No, he was not. No,
He said he knows better.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be a part of it. No.
Yeah, I think he's waiting down around the bend of the.
Yeah, we can go. We can.
That's the opposite wave.
Yeah.
You see, she's like, who's the two of you are mainly having this conversation?
I guess.
Yeah.
You guys, one of you can give me an insight check with
Wait a
advantage, or you can both roll insight.
Both roll.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
13.
I'm just listening.
13.
13.
All right.
I thought you were.
You can tell she's very hesitant to go see Jasper. You get the feeling that she's been avoiding Jasper for some reason.
Beargar's run off. All right. Well,
So should we just pillage,
yeah. Let's pillage. I guess pillage real quick and just see
pillage,
if
and
anything.
deal?
See if anything's.
Becca, you're gonna come. You're gonna come with us.
I don't
First,
know
we
if I
got some
can-
questions, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
You
first
start
we
asking
have some
questions.
questions. You can go ahead and have a conversation with her as we pillage.
You guys are gonna pillage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both roll me investigation checks, low DC. You.
What's up, Sam?
Can I roll and just like shove her because I'm mad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You don't
Do I
have to-
roll to shove or to shove?
Yeah, I think it's really
She's
fun,
not-
because you're all little too.
I know, I'm only
Yeah,
3
you're-
feet.
So you
Well,
can
she's
shove-
not tall. She's not.
She's
much,
sitting down.
She's
She's
a
your
foot
height.
taller than you. No, she's sit up. She's a foot taller than you, but she's still only like 5 feet tall. She's tiny. She's got little bitty feet because those were her boots.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna
The boots that you're wearing are her boots.
I'm gonna I'm like, I'm a little bit far back.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna get like kind of a running start. I'm all mad.
Little stocky run.
And I just... What is going on?
You see, she doesn't resist. She kind of falls down. I know, and I'm very sorry. I did not.
We're very sorry. We almost died. There were arrows and fire, and just this was not how we wanted to start our day. We were trying to go on a mission.
You don't understand. I cannot be seen not helping the Prietess. I have to help. I have to help. I have to get to her too. I don't know what to do. They will kill my children if I don't help.
That's why you have to come with us!
I can't be seen helping you.
Well, that's too bad. You're coming
Okay.
with us.
You're our prisoner!
All right, listen. I will help you. I will help you around here. I will help you collect stuff. But as it stands, I don't think I should go with you. I think if they see me with you, they will just kill my children.
Who is they?
Everyone
Everyone.
Everyone that works with the Prietess. Everyone. at the
Project
convent.
Victus or another Prietess?
No, the Prietess, the woman that was just here that took your friend. It's an animal thing, whatever that was. Actually, I know what that was. That's what she's been looking for.
Why?
It's a long story. I'll
Well,
tell
how
you-
long?
Let's.
Because we gotta go on this mission.
I'm afraid that your friend is going to get himself into some trouble, and while I'm sure he does not want to see me, I'm also sure that he could probably use my help a little bit at least. I don't know if I can go all the way with you, but I can at least maybe help you get through the woods.
Does anybody have a disguised person spell by any chance?
I'll tell you what, actually, Aberdeen, while you're doing this, why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Alright, well, how about I'm gonna run after Beargar,
Persuasion, not
track him down a little bit.
perception.
Hopefully, maybe I can at least slow him down a little bit,
All right.
so we can actually talk to this woman, maybe get some answers, and hopefully give him a better direction to go.
13.
You rolled a 13 in persuasion. She seems hesitant. She said, I will help you some. I owe you that much at least, and I am sorry. For more than you'll ever know.
Well, that's good. And maybe along the way, I can find a disguised person spell so you won't be so uppity about getting caught and whatnot, helping us, which you should be doing anyway.
Something like that would definitely help.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you two, your investigation checks.
11.
Actually, you can roll under the damage.
15.
Spec is going to help you. You roll again. His spec is going to help you.
Ooh, 20.
20.
Unnatural 20.
Worse.
Okay, so 15 and 20.
15, yeah.
So, Carl, we're going to say that you were kind of rolling the bodies of the bandits.
Uh-huh.
You'll find, I mean,
Roll.
collectively, with the bandits collectively, we'll say you find 20 silver pieces and 6 copper pieces. And then we'll say you found...
Yay! I found 20 silver pieces and 6 copper pieces.
You found 3 daggers.
3 daggers.
Nice.
1 short bow.
1 short bow.
And 1 short sword. Of decent quality. Nothing special about them.
Basic bandit.
Basic bandit.
Basic bandit level.
Bandit shit.
You basic.
Yeah, basic bandit.
Zakar,
Yes.
you see that Carl's got the bodies, and you look up at the top, and you're like, that's where the Prietess was, that's where Becca was.
That's where the
seems
good shit
like
is.
That's where the good shit is, and you start immediately heading up
Looks
to
like
the top of the hill.
Looks like the good shit up there.
When you get up to the top of the hill, you do see that there was we kept calling it kind of like a pavilion. It was the front half of what used to be some sort of a temple that had fallen in, but they kind of, when the bandits got here, they cleared out the rubble and made like a makeshift roof. So the front half was like almost like a porch. The back half is still like an old temple of some sort.
It's a gazebo.
Yeah.
No, dummy, it's a temple.
When you
No, dummy. Prater Victus, do you have any idea of what the ruins of this temple used to be? Or if is it of any significance or of importance?
that's a
Is it shrouded in something?
It's a good question there.
Is there maybe a oh.
He's not real high.
Oh. Well, you're still a little groggy from being knocked out.
My head hurts. Well, yeah, my head hurts a bit there, and the temple had I don't know. I mean, did their stuff. I'm guessing that there was probably a temple to some sort of
Is there
some
like
sort. I mean, the people in this area, they used to worship all sorts of elementals and natural type gods. So maybe it was a temple to like a water god or a wind god. Who knows? But we found out later, of course, that there was only one true god, and his name is Urian. So all these older religions, they're kind of they've gone by the wayside. I imagine it's a temple to something like that. So you, Zakar, get to the top.
Make
and
that
in the
audible.
temple, not hidden really at all. There's I wouldn't even say like a treasure chest, like a trunk. It does have a very mundane lock on it, but you will have to open the lock.
Okay. I guess I should check it for traps, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Check your traps.
Yeah. Right at 15.
It's not.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You're real confident it's not trap.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
be careful, it might be cursed.
No, it's not that cursed.
Oh.
17.
Yeah. So it was a very simple lock. And you're able to pick it in a couple seconds. Pops open. You open up the trunk. Inside, you see a bag that seems to be full of coins. You see a kind of it looks like woven band of metal that looks roughly about 8-10 inches across. And the band of metal, like, as you look at it more, it's actually pretty intricately woven, and there's some little studded gems along one of the bands, and you can see that in some of it there's like kind of pressed in or hammered in looks like animal forms of some sort. There's a dagger and that's it. So dagger, gold, and the circlet.
Okay.
Did you find any good weapons besides this basic bandit stuff?
Seems to be a slightly nice dagger, and I'm just gonna like put the little circle thing on my head and like open up the bag of coins and root around in the
Oh,
coins.
don't you look handsome?
When you root around in the bag of coins,
Still have the hat on too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
you
Circle it
find
on a hat. Yeah.
30 gold pieces and 18 gems of various sizes.
All right.
And then various types, and diamonds, emeralds, rubies.
You should have
standard
Prior Victus look at that item. If it has any magical abilities.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
Well, even though you look handsome in it.
grab
Wear
everything
it.
out of there. I just head back down to.
Did you
to
put the
everybody.
circle? Did you put the?
I just kind of plopped it on the.
You put the circle on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
Okay.
As soon as you put it on,
Okay.
it's like you have wandered into the loudest room with like hundreds and hundreds of people talking. It is loud. It is like you're almost disoriented. Like you can't. It is overwhelmingly like the change from just the kind of ambient noise of the swamp to thousands of voices all at once. It is mind-numbing, and you take 5 points of psychic damage.
Ooh boy.
Oh man.
But you start picking out voices in this crowd of
Is
thousands of
that
voices,
detect thoughts?
and you hear, "What do they
Like
do?
all the
What
thoughts.
are those things? Why is there so much fire? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The big ones. They got our voice, big ones." Just some of these little voices kind of start to come through.
Okay, I'm just gonna like hear some of that. Just kind of pull it off and like take the hat off with it and just.
As soon as you take it off,
The metal is
What?
loud.
What happened?
Were you okay?
Oh, and grab the dagger, grab the gold and everything, and just go back down to everybody. Go up to Victus, and be like, "What? This thing's loud. Do you know what it is?"
you see Victus takes it. He looks at it and gets a natural one.
Alexis Victus.
Whoa. I mean, my head hurts just looking at it, you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure that I know what this is, but I would say that I've never seen anything quite like this. Usually when there's something that has this much kind of fine work to it, especially with the gems on it, it's usually pretty powerful of some sort. Did you try it on?
I did. It was very loud.
No.
There's a lot of yelling and talking. Yeah. No, it was weird. Loud. Didn't like it.
Could it be the siglet of Antiquitas Myrmicus? I'm just throwing stuff out here.
I like where you're going with it. You know what? Hold on just a second. Your name was Becca, right? She's like, I'm Becca. Say, Becca, this was in your lockbox up there, right? There's a car.
Yeah, it was up in the trunk.
Yeah, so do you happen to know what? I mean, you guys are guarding this here thing, so do you know what it is? She's like, well, I mean, we never really knew what it was. We took it off of one of the druids that we killed out in the woods. I put it on one time and it kind of hurt my head. It was very noisy.
Yeah, me too. That's
The only thing that I could tell is whenever I had it on, I could definitely tell that some of the things that I was hearing were voices of what I think were animals. But I'm not sure. Once we put it on and it gave us a headache, we took it off. But it was definitely magical of some sort, and it seemed very precious, so we put it away.
Can I take a look at it?
Absolutely.
And see if I notice anything
Sure.
that I have an understanding of it.
You can roll.
Or Arcana?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
careful. It's really loud.
That's going to be a 24.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so you look at it, you kind of spin it over in your hands.
Because I'm also a druid.
You run your fingers along it, and you start to notice all the different kinds of animals that are on here. And you notice that the animals that are kind of worked into it, it's not one animal that's repeated over and over again. It's not like a bunch of wolves or a bunch of owls. It's a myriad of animals. And putting together what everybody else has said and knowing some of the druid craft that you've seen before, you're pretty sure that this is a circlet of speak with animals. And that it has some sort of a power that if you wear it, you will eventually be able to speak with animals. In some way or another.
Cool. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Now do I tell anybody that shit?
Well, okay, so I think I know what it is. It's a car. It's not dangerous, but it's so it allows you to speak with animals. At one point, it's
Interesting.
Is that the Antiquus of Myrminus?
I think I heard Myrminus.
Don't think
I heard Myrminus. I'm pretty
that's
sure.
what it's called. But if you want to call it that, we can.
I think that it's along the lines
Sure.
of what it
It's
might
the
be.
Antiquitous.
Or maybe there was a sister.
Antiquitous.
The
Marcus?
Antiquitous Myrmanus or
There
Myrmicus?
were many
Myrmicus.
of these made, if I recall. I think there might have been many of them, but yes.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Okay. All right. Cool. And this thing that you know of, assisted people to speak with animals, right?
Well, yeah, and you're a druid too, right?
Well,
You
yeah.
have all this.
Yeah. Exactly.
I bet your mama and your daddy druids, all had this ability, right? You probably heard about this in some sort.
I'm a druid, but my mom was the druid. My dad was a piece of shit. But that's a story for another day.
So you're just druidish.
So I'm druid. I'm druidish.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any childhood.
It's okay.
trauma.
It's
I'm
been
sorry.
it's
I mean,
a
we're
long
still new,
story.
right?
It's a
I
long
just kind of met
story.
you
Yeah,
recently anyway, and I'm sorry.
It's
I didn't
okay.
mean to make this heavy.
It's okay. I didn't mean to be short with you.
I am short.
Is that a bad short joke? Sorry, no, I can't. Rebecca would not say that. Well, what's the plan?
I
I was
think you should
gonna-
put it on.
I was gonna go run after Beargar real quick.
Oh yeah, we forgot about him.
Yeah,
Oh
he's,
yeah, we should go
He's
after
drunk.
I'll
after
I'll go try and
Beargar.
find him. And
Okay,
maybe
go get.
slow him down.
How far?
I can catch up to him pretty fast.
How far are we from Jasper and Thomas? Because they're not.
So
too
they were a
far.
couple hundred. So when you come back down the hill, at the bottom of the hill, kind of where the beach was,
Yeah.
there was like a peninsula that jutted out on the right hand. Like you were coming down the hill on the right hand side of the beach. There was a peninsula. If you went across that peninsula, they were about 200 feet, 300 feet back upstream
Okay.
from you. So there, I mean, from where you are right now, as the crow flies, it's probably we're 600-700 feet from you. If you
Okay.
walk it, I mean, it's probably a 10-minute walk to
Okay.
get back to where they are.
Okay. Cool. It's just curious.
So Jasper and Thomas are down there. Becca is just kind of standing around seeing what you guys are going to do. She's agreed to help, but she doesn't know what it is.
We're all talking around her.
And Predator Victus is obviously still, his head is, he's
She's
not
sorry
right.
for all the things she's done. It's okay.
And he's drinking.
The wine is helping his mood, but it's not helping his brain. So, but you guys do feel that you've pretty much cased the place and you've gotten out of here what you're going to get.
I just want to check the dagger and just see what it looks like.
Okay, so as you're inspecting the dagger, what did you get there?
15.
Okay. So as you're inspecting the dagger, it is finely worked. It is kind of a short dagger. Like the blade is double-sided blade, comes down to kind of a fine point. It's almost more of a dirk than a dagger. It's got a short hilt, like cross hilt on it. The handle is made of red leather with copper wiring wrapped around it, and on the end of it is an amber gem that is buried into the end of it.
So it looked kind of like the amber gem and the immovable rod.
Yes, it looks very, very, very much like the amber gem and the immovable rod.
Interesting. This looks. Anyway, I just run off through the forest,
Okay.
track down Beargar.
Okay, we'll get back to you guys. So, Carl, are you gonna go back to Jasper and Thomas? Or-
I'm gonna go back down there to let them know what happened and what we're going to do.
Start yelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I'm gonna make my way downtown.
you see, like as you start yelling, you see.
Hey guys, it's over.
You see, where do you land? Are you like you kind of gone on the pencil and you're yelling up the stream?
Yeah, sure. Like I'm trying to let them know, hey, we're good.
Okay, so as you're yelling, you see the tree right next to you kind of turns and looks at you.
Oh man.
Hello,
Ooh.
Coro.
Hey, Thomas.
Did you squish them?
I did. We did squish them. We squished them.
Oh,
We
nice.
burned them. We stabbed them. We slashed them.
Ooh,
The problem is we gotta runs after them. So
runs after them.
yeah, we found Boss.
Boss is here.
Yeah, but she's not. She doesn't really want to see anybody. She's not in a good mood.
Boss is mad.
No, she's more sad than mad.
Boss is sad.
She's smad.
Smad.
Yeah, smad. Like a sad man. So
Confused.
yeah, she's you're not the only one. She seems confused. I'm confused. So I was wondering if you guys could like stay here and guard our backs as we continue forward to chase after, because we have to go get Beargar, because Beargar's little friend got, well, Zakar thought he got eaten, but he didn't.
Bandit's eaten.
No, he just got put into a rock. So, like, now Beargar has two things that he loves that got put into a rock, and I don't think that's a good thing. He's going a little nuts. He's just running. He picked Boss up by the hair, and it was weird. And so I'm going to go and try to find him. I just wanted to let you know what we were doing. So, oh, and if you didn't mind, could I have one of your limbs?
Lemon?
Yeah. So I can remember you, and so I can show Boss that you're okay.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
see he kind of like bends his head down. to what would be kind of like his hair. And
Okay.
it's the bough of a tree.
Yeah.
there's all sorts of limbs.
Like, you know what, Thomas? Thanks, buddy. Right.
Ouch!
Snap one of those off. Thank you. This is going to make it really easy for me to walk in the marsh and be able to walk. I know you've sacrificed a lot of things for me, and now one of your limbs is yet another thing.
You remember me?
Always
All
with
right.
this stick.
Okay.
All right, bye.
It hurt a bit. Bye.
I understand that. Just protect us from behind.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Thomas.
I'll tell Jasper.
Please do.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
You can write down that you got a 6-foot long staff club. I would say it's probably more like a walking stick. It's bigger on line because it's a tree limb. But yeah, it's roughly, at the top of it is about 3 or 4 inches wide, and it tapers down to a point.
So just a staff.
Yeah.
Cool.
For the sake of inventory, you call it staff.
Cool.
Okay, you go back up the hill. Aberdeen, you do anything?
I thought we were gonna go find Beargar.
Yeah, let's
We're
go.
all going.
All right, I'm ready. Let's
We're all packing
go.
up.
You
I
see,
mean, we can all go.
Oh,
or I
did
can,
you already go?
I can just run after him and grab him and try and track him back.
I have.
Or at least stop him and you guys can catch up.
Bergar has
Bergar,
gotten
so-
as
yeah.
far as when the lady was running away, she was absorbing the life force out of some of the trees to Misty Step again.
Yeah.
And he can only Misty Step once because he doesn't know how to do that. And so he is running from dead tree to dead tree, and he's at what he thinks is the last dead tree. And he's sitting there talking to his rock.
Okay. I will say that you made it 4 dead trees into it.
I was going to think it was probably in the vicinity of like maybe a half mile. But yeah, so he's sitting there, he's talking to his rock, and he's crying a little bit, but he doesn't want anybody to know that he's crying.
So you're at the 4th tree out, but it's longer than what you did Misty Step once, and it only got you about 30 feet. She's out. This 4th tree is about 400 or 500 feet away. So you think that she was probably running, casting it, running, casting it, running, casting it. Yeah. So I mean, not a half a mile away, but quarter-ish. Yeah.
Through the woods too. Like it's not. Like it's pretty thick here, isn't it?
Yeah, you're in a swamp. Like as soon as you get out of the cleared out space, it's like to trudge that far out would have taken you 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. And that's one of the problems that you're going through in your head right now is it took you 20 minutes to get where she got to in a matter of seconds. So you sit down, talking to your rock, drinking some wine. Okay. The rest of you gotta gather everything up, and you can see where Berger went. He's made kind of a swath through the foliage, so it's pretty easy to follow him. But you do see that Vix is like, I'm sorry, I can't go chasing off after Berger. I know that you guys are looking for something important here, but I gotta get back to the east side of the gate and make this report. I gotta go back and talk to the people. Let them know what's going on out here, but I'll tell everybody in Underhand Gate what happened out here, and maybe they can send some help at some point in time. It's going to be days for anybody to get to. I can't.
Just wait a few minutes. Let me see if we can. Just wait here. Just wait here, real quick.
How long? I mean, like, when do you need to leave?
Well,
Drink the wine.
Into the woods.
Drink the wine. I'll try and be right
I
back.
feel
much
like
wine
it would
do
be
you have
really
left?
helpful to our party if you could just be patient with us for a few minutes, Professor, and just give us a moment.
All right. I'll have a seat. I'll drink some wine.
On this swamp stump.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably even make a camp here for overnight. And
Short rest would be
We're
nice.
gonna go and get Bergar.
all right, well, I'll stay
We'll be
here.
back.
But I mean, I can't go traveling off days into the woods with you guys.
Ah, he's not that far.
All right. Now have a seat.
Cool. Thanks, guy.
No problem,
That was my
Carl.
old professor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You guys met?
No! No!
We haven't met. Oh, hi.
Aberdeen, Carl, Aberdeen. I'll be right back.
Aberdeen. Okay, cool.
I've got some shit to do.
Vergar!
You know, I was wondering who
I was? I know, I was
kinda
wondering who you were too, but I mean, here we are.
You joined our
We'll have
crew.
Nastities later, so we gotta go get Bear Man.
Okay, cool.
You guys have no problem tracking Beargar. It's going to take you. It won't take you as long as it took him because he's kind of made a path for you to follow. So within 10 minutes or so, you find Beargar, and he's sitting at the base of a dead tree and drinking wine, talking to a rock.
Vergar. Hey, buddy. You all right?
I can feel him, Elf. I can feel it.
Bandit.
I can feel
What,
it. I
how
can
do
feel
you?
my boy.
What are you feeling? Where?
Eleanor's telling me not to walk out in the swamp. That's where he is.
I mean, she's been pretty right so far. So yeah, maybe. I think we can still track the evil lady that ate Bandit. We can find her. It's the redhead back there. I think she knows. She might know where she's going. If we just talk to her, she might help us.
But the way to go is this way.
It's as far as we know so far, but I think she knows where she knows where that lady's going to end up.
There
Yeah.
could be
I think she might help us get there.
could be an easier way.
You think Thomas will come with us?
Could. He gave me a piece of him.
He gave you a piece of him.
Yeah, I asked him for like a limb or like a branch, and he bent down and he was like, "Here, take a piece of me with you to remind
That's a
you of me."
That's a really nice stick.
Yeah, I was like,
This is it.
I was like, yeah, sure, and so I took the stick. I was like, oh, sweet, man, this is gonna be great because now, I mean, I had to come into the marsh after you, and you're talking about going into the swamps, and so now I have a walking stick, and I'm really excited.
There's no time for that, Eleanor.
What's she talking about?
What?
Just
All right, lad. Can I see the stick?
Yeah, absolutely. Here you go.
In my clan, when it existed, we had a heart tree. And for our loved ones on special days, like our birthdays, or important anniversaries, we would carve gifts for each other out of the tree. And Eleanor says that I need to make this stick for you. Can I hold on to it for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm okay with that. I mean,
it's a nice stick.
that's a nice stick, and I think that, I mean, you only take axes. You don't take sticks. So, like, I'm okay with like giving you the stick. I feel like I could get it back.
Yeah, you really know to steal axes.
Vergar has the rock in his hand. He's like, all right. Now? Fuck. I love you.
I love you too.
He puts the rock. He puts the rock in his pocket,
I'm fond of you.
and he takes the staff, and he starts walking back towards the camp with his dagger, and he's like carving it, like with his knife, and he's just walking and like bitching about it. He's like, stupid elf, half elf druid. This is a family heirloom. I'm only doing this because I love. Why would I? I know. And he just makes his way like back towards the camp, just very single-mindedly
Okay, bye.
carving.
I mean, like, that was easy.
And the funny thing is, you guys took off, and Becca kind of followed you like halfway, and then was like, and she went back to the camp, so she's sitting next to Victus, like next to the campfire.
Drinking wine.
Okay, so we're not going further into the swamp anymore.
Not yet.
Okay.
Was Becca explaining how they made the wine to Victus?
Actually, yes.
This is a really good year.
Vergar makes his way back into the camp, and he's still carving and like bitching about it. It's a very precious. The dagger isn't very sharp. And I've got to, but I can feel it. I know. I'm going to. Hey, Victus! You fat lad. How are you? It's good to see your chubby cheeks, my friend. And he puts his dagger down, and pinches his cheek. And then sits down and is like, Mjolnir's making me carve a fucking stick from a fucking elf.
Well, it's good to see you, Bergar. What kind of stick you carving there, bud?
It's a piece of me good friend Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas is a good lad. We once tried, he called it throw-ums. And he's like, here, can you blow right here? Thank you, lad. Thank you, lad.
Dude, I'm assuming Thomas was a treat-in because that's a stick, and Thomas is in person.
Thomas is a living tree and a live, beautiful soul.
Can Thomas feel you carving away at a piece of him?
Not
or
anymore.
not? Or that's not the way it works.
I mean, like,
I really hope not.
could you feel if somebody was carving on a fingernail after you bit it off? I don't think so.
If someone were to cut off your pinky toe and then carve it into like a rolling dice, you wouldn't feel it after.
I mean, I
it's cut
get
off.
that. Like,
I just want to make sure we're not hurting Thomas in this
You
process.
see, Becca looks at him. She goes, "It's actually a little bit more like if somebody plucked a hair out of your head. You would feel it when it was plucked, and then after that, you couldn't feel it anymore."
It's not like a phantom.
Beggar
limb.
takes a stick and taps the ground in front of him, tap tap. Bloody stout fucking hair that guy's got.
And you see, Victus looks at Becca when she says this, and he says, kind of to the rest of you, "Well, it'd take a special kind of magic to be able to make a tree something that would feel. It's not something that just anybody can do."
No, I mean, like, none of us, except for one person, can. I mean, I feel like that's pretty rare.
I mean, I could probably do it if I try really hard.
Only if you had your hat.
Victus, you need to talk to the little red-headed one.
Yeah,
She's
like,
he calls her boss. This one sometimes helpfully indicates towards Carl.
Yeah.
Sometimes not at all. He made a fireball and he killed some guys, and apparently he's gonna be part of my family. So carving him a fucking stick. So talk to him. Talk to the redheaded, the little one. She's fiery.
Victus looks at Becca. So did you do that? You made the tree make had feelings or do something like that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the things I can do. It's a kind of a new thing that I've been able to do lately. It's not something that I could always kind of make things grow or encourage things to kind of get bigger, but I could never bring something fully to life until just recently. It's not necessarily a skill that I'm real happy to have. It's not something that I wanted to be able to do.
Bergar clinks his wine on Victus's wine bottle. Cheers, bitch. Takes a drink.
Cheers to you, buddy. And then she looks and she's like, "I'm glad you're enjoying my family reserve. I was particularly proud of that particular varietal."
I'm particularly proud of it too, lad.
Are we not going to talk about how she just tried to kill us?
Yeah, but she's not trying to kill us now.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
To be fair, a lot of things have tried to kill us recently.
This is true.
I mean, that's true. However, this is very recent.
Thomas tried to kill us.
He thought
Tried to
about
kill.
it.
Yeah, he thought about squishums. So, I mean,
But
like,
Thomas does love his squishers.
You still haven't met Thomas, have you?
No!
Thomas is a great lad.
No.
Beautiful soul.
So Becca looks at all of you and says, "So what's the plan here? I mean, do you want to go after your friend, or do you? What are we doing?"
Well, I was wondering if you could tell us, how do we get to where your Prietess is?
Why did she steal Bandit?
Yeah, why does she need Bandit? And why Amber? Why place him in Amber?
Why did she eat him?
She didn't. I mean, she may have. But, like, why did she Maeve eat him and also put him in amber?
That's a lot of questions.
You know I like my questions. mean,
I can't tell you exactly why she... Well, I can tell you why she's doing it. She's doing it because he told her to do it. And she does whatever he says, but...
He... You keep saying he.
Yeah.
Who are you
Who is-
worshiping?
Who is he?
It's not a matter of worship. I mean, I think he works as a... Alright.
Where does Urian come in?
Urian is... Ha! Urian... Well, that's actually a good question, too. This all started at Urian's altar in our house, back at the manor, and we were praying one night there, and out of nowhere, this kind of shadow comes out of the wall and starts talking to us, and I didn't like it, but Robert seemed to be intrigued. He kept going back, kept praying and praying to Urian, and every time he would pray to Urian, this figure would show up. And he would often come out of Urian's statue.
Prior to Victus, I told you Urian wasn't the only god, and it sounds like he's doing some nefarious things to his followers.
Victus is listening intently. Victus is a jolly kind of fellow. You know, even in the battle, he kind of had a goofy smile on his face. But this is the first time you've seen Victus fully focused and listening. And it's one of the first times you saw it some Aberdeen when you were his student. Maybe a couple times Beargar in your time there you saw Victus get serious. Mostly when he's studying something or he's teaching about something that is very interesting to him. But he's fully focused. He's not jovial. He's not joking, and he's not.
I just met him.
He's not even like listening to anybody else right now. He's fully focused on what Becca's saying. And Becca says, "This thing came out of the altar, around the altar every time we went to it, and then." I mean, after a while, it just kind of stayed. And then the next thing we knew, this, out of nowhere, this locket appeared, and it told us to wear the locket, and I did.
Oh, you mean this one?
You gonna pull it out and show her?
Well, I've got it wrapped up, but yeah. Just gonna pull it out in the wrapping.
You see, she backs away, like on her, like she's pushes herself
Like
as far
scared
away
to death.
as she can. She's like, "Do not bring that out. Do not put that on. Do not touch that. Put it back where it was. Burn it. Throw it in the water. Put it away."
Go. Put it back in the pack.
Beargar stops
Keep it wrapped up.
carving for a second. He looks at her. Is that locket how we're going to find him?
No, but that locket will ruin you. Will ruin anything. It ruined me. That locket possessed me for a year, maybe a year and a half. And then my husband took it, and it was on his body the last time I saw him, which was yesterday.
He was the fucking ghoul?
How did you get your curse lifted, or how did you become unpossessed then? Or did that just so happen to happen after you tried to kill us?
Well, the Mandestra did that. The priestess that was here, but she did it only because he told her to do it. And I don't know, the shadow thing that came out of the altar, that thing, I didn't have another name for it, so I just called it the presence. It never left the altar room, but it was very convincing whenever it talked to us, and there were times whenever I wasn't sure if I was possessed by it.
This
well.
presence. Is
Yeah.
that him? What you're talking
No,
about?
I think he works for the presence, just like we did.
And where are we going to find him?
He's somewhere in the swamps. He's almost impossible to find. You never find the Undying unless he wants you to find him.
Beargar is like carving and he stops. And he just stares for like 30 seconds. Like way, way too long. You're talking of Baldassar the Undying.
Yeah, you know him? You've heard of him?
I'm going to fucking kill him. And he keeps carving. He's like, we need to get our rest. There's going to be a fight.
You think you can kill him? More power to you, but I will not be a part of that fight.
Big guy just keeps carving. He doesn't give a shit.
I mean, like, I'm here for it. I got a new stick.
Damn it, Carl, I swear. I put you at the back of the monastery to keep you safe. The back of the manor to keep you safe. I didn't want you in any fights.
I'm sorry, Becca. I yearn to be in the action.
Well, he did really good. He killed a few people.
I did kill a few people.
I was impressed.
You'd have been proud.
You did well with that fireball.
Thanks. Maybe you can show me how much you appreciate it later.
I don't think so. That was more of a one-time kind of thing, Carl.
You sure?
Listen, it's not.
Like it was. I felt like there was something between us. Okay, I felt like there was a spark, like a fire. Could have just been my own.
Listen.
Was that your flare up, or was that an actual feeling?
It's not you, it's me.
Elf.
I needed somebody to guard.
I can deal with that.
I needed somebody to guard the mana. I needed someone that I could trust, and
I don't know if I'd stay friends with this one, Elf. Still carving. She puts all your friends and your things you like. She puts them in fucking rocks.
now listen, I didn't put anybody in a rock.
She didn't put. I mean, the person she was with put. I mean, by proxy.
So, I mean,
yeah,
if
she
you're telling the
did.
truth, I mean, you were possessed. You
She
did not
shot
want to do
Victus
this on
with
your
a
own.
fireball.
She did
Listen,
shoot Victus. Why did you shoot Victus with a fireball?
I had to. I don't want to. I don't want to do any of this.
Probably
You know what
the-
do you know what I am? I'm
Oh.
a vintner. I make wine. That's what I am.
You should cause a lot of trouble.
I'm really good at making wine.
You're really good at making trouble.
You're really good at throwing fireballs, too.
This is
Yeah.
all things that I never
It's very
wanted
impressive.
to do any of this.
You're good at making trees.
And why are you working for him?
Because he has my children.
His children. Are they in the rocks?
No, that was the deal. I help. He keeps them safe. But he keeps them as they are, whole. Not split in half. Their soul's not in one place while they're in another. He
What?
keeps them as my
What?
children.
What happens to your children if we kill you?
I don't know.
I don't think it matters at that point, because then, like, she's only wanting to fight because of her children, and if we kill her, then, like,
What if you think she's dead?
I don't think he cares about me
I don't
anymore.
think.
I was
that's-
running one experiment for him, and that's it.
I'm wondering if he's just
What was
like
that?
a kid, like kids put away in a cell somewhere. Maybe we can break the kids out.
Now we gotta do another damn thing.
Yeah,
Our list of missions is just getting longer and longer.
Well, Becca,
I think they're all about the same mission.
I'm going to
As long as they're
Balthazar.
on the way.
I'm gonna get my boyo. I'm gonna get me Eleanor. And I'm gonna stick my axe right through his skull. And if he comes back, I'll do it again.
That's a simple plan. I like a good simple plan.
That's good. Axe, skull, pretty good. That sounds flawless. Nothing can go wrong.
I've been to this tower, lad. A lot of things can go wrong.
You've been to Balthazar's tower.
How do you think me Eleanor got in her rock?
I don't
She-
know what you mean by that.
She wants it.
It's
Another
it's
piece
for
of
the
it.
first time she actually kind of looks at what you're talking to, and she has noticed your eyes, but she's now really starting to kind of stare, and she's like, I see you and your little friend were the first.
He tried to eat me. Opened his mouth. Incredibly wide. Tried to eat me. I thought he had eaten Eleanor, but he spit her out into this rock. And when he was trying to eat me, I placed her on his forehead. And it burned him. He fucking hated it. And me Eleanor says that me These two stupid elves. Maybe this little one? We have to kill him.
useful.
I'm only half elf.
She wants another shot.
We make a whole elf.
Oh, that's true.
Have one stupid elf.
I'm actually pretty smart. I just am like, I'm
about to be a
Not
fucking
always.
greenfield apparently. So
I'm smart
Well,
too.
That makes sense now. Well, at least partial sense. I mean, he's obsessed, absolutely obsessed with imbuing life force and energy into Amber. It's what he spends all of his time doing now. He
You
hasn't
know-
figured it out completely yet, though. I mean, you saw that bandit captain. She had the glowing eyes like yours. When you killed her, she came right back to life.
I've died a time or two myself.
You see, that's what I thought. See, he hadn't figured out how to make it happen more than once. But I think he wants you and your bandit friend, and your friend Bandit, the creature, the wolf thing that was put in the rock.
Hey, boy, we're gonna get him back too.
See, he's real fascinated with that. There's stories that they travel through these swamps. He knows that thing can change forms. He wants to know how that happens too. That's why I wanted you. That's why Mandestra wanted you.
Well, they're gonna have me. I'm gonna have them.
And look, it's going to take you a full day to get up to the convent, but you know the Undying. He doesn't want to be found. But there's a messenger there that knows where he is, one of his servants. And when Mandestra gets there, she'll send him to go get the Undying. And it'll be a day maybe before he's there, but he'll come. You got 2 days.
2 days to get there, or 2 days until something else bad happens? Worse.
2 days until, at the very least, your little bandit friend's gone. He'll be gone for good then. Once the Undying gets him, they ain't getting him back.
What's his obsession with putting things in amber? It feels like, just because he can doesn't mean he should.
I think he likes amber because it's one of the more malleable gems. It's something that's easy for him to work
He
with.
feeds on the life lad.
It's very easy to put things in amber.
Can't exactly put up a sign that says, "Come here and let me eat your life force."
I wonder if he's saving it for their DNA for later time.
Like Jurassic
Back to
Park.
dinosaurs.
I'll pull out the dagger. Like, what about this one? Is this
And she
like this? This.
she looks at it.
The whole
Yeah, that's the energy. Most of the things that we're using for magic, most of the things that we use to power magic, store magic in, it's very simple things. And most of the force that we pull from magic, it comes from something that's living. It comes from me. It comes from you. It comes from the trees. But you can store energy in gemstones. Amber's the easiest one to store something in. It's very simple. It's a let's call it porous. It's a more porous type of.
Or not.
Gordon's like,
Maybe someone doesn't.
yeah, excuse me, everybody. Get an upset belly when we have a fight. Amber's a more porous stone. You can more easily imbue objects, or more easily imbue energy into amber. And the other stones are thicker and denser, they're harder to imbue energy into, but it's also to keep the energy longer. So yeah, I mean, amber is kind of one of your more basic gemstones, and you'll see it in most things that have basic magical powers. So yes, that dagger is magical. There's some sort of energy in that gemstone. It'll eventually run out, but it could be decades or hundreds of years, depending on how powerful the magic is.
I'm just gonna hold the gemstone and just like right up to my face and just kind of tap on it a little bit.
Every time you tap it, you feel the dagger vibrates a little bit, and then when you tap it again, the dagger it goes still again.
You always get the fun things, the car.
So there's no fast way to get to the convent. It's a day's travel.
Sikar, let me see that dagger for a second, bud.
Throw him the dagger.
Catch it. And I tap the thing. You say the dagger moves.
It like vibrates.
Like vibrates. Goes to carving with that.
As you're carving with that, it's funny because you would expect it to be like anything else that vibrates. You would expect the wood to vibrate and you would feel it in your other hand. It doesn't. It's only the dagger vibrates, and when it touches the wood, it's perfectly still.
So it doesn't help at all.
No, I mean it's a sharper knife than what you have, so it helps in the fact that it's a better blade.
So he carves through with it. Nice knife. It's not that much help. Goes back to his other one. And he's moving along. Like, he's carving this really fast.
What is the intention of your carving?
He's going to make like a family heirloom, like bow staff for him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me
Heirloom check.
just you know what. For the time being, just give me a straight, just dexterity roll.
15.
Okay. So as you're carving along, you're like, this is something you've done. No problem. You can do this. But you also know you've done this before. You've seen it done hundreds of times in your clan. You can get this carved down probably tonight to where you want it to be. But to get it fully polished and truly like a bow staff, a usable, precious item, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 days of working on it. And polishing it, wrapping it, putting hand guards on it. You could even carve some stuff into it or burn some runes into it, that kind of stuff. But that's going to take a longer time. But to get it down to bow staff shape and size for basic bow staff, you can get it done by the end of the night.
And he's going to work on it pretty obsessively. And the goal is he's going to fire it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then water it down really quick, try to harden it up.
Sure.
And then he's going to carve a pretty crude, smaller version of what looks like the heart tree, but that has a little face on it, like Thomas.
Okay. Cool. So...
And you imagine it like going down to the like a round point, and then the top having like almost a triangle.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Absolutely can be done. And with your 15 check, I won't make you do another roll on it. You can carve this no matter.
Yeah, he's just working on it like obsessively.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. So you'll see Victor see. So is the plan that we're all gonna camp out here tonight then, or are we?
I believe we need a short rest.
I could definitely go for a nap. My head hurts. I feel a little singed, and I could definitely go for a nap. And maybe anybody got any food on them? Let me see.
Just wine.
Did they have any food in the camp?
Maybe see Becca's like, we got some food up at the top. I'll go get some food. And she goes up, and a couple minutes later she comes back, and it's mostly, I mean, pretty rudimentary stuff. It's like cured meats and some like bread and cheese, like pretty simple stuff, but it's enough to get a meal on and feel satiated.
I'd love to stay here all night, but if we only have 2 days to be able to rescue Bandit, or to avenge Bandit's
Short
death.
rest, not a long one.
Short rest.
Little nap.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely use a little bit of time.
Let's get some food.
They're only about a half day's walk from here. I don't actually know if that's true, but that's what he thinks that Bandit told him.
Yeah. So you see, she says, well, I mean, the monastery, they're probably I mean, not even a full half day's walk away from us, but they're going to keep moving. The monastery is a day's travel. And then she has it. She goes, well, I mean, there's a shortcut, but I know you want to get your friend back, but I don't know if you want to take it. I mean, it's fully through Musquawk territory.
Musquawk.
Musquawk?
Musquawk.
So, I mean, at least you don't have any horses. You don't have any horses, do you?
I don't think so, no.
It
I
sounds
could
like
ride
Not the
this
last time I
guy.
checked.
I could jump on his back.
we don't have horses, so it sounds like we
You know what we
must
do
walk.
have?
Musquawk.
We Great pun there, lad. You know what we do have? We have a big fucking tree.
We do have a big fucking tree. And we have a lady who can make another big fucking tree.
And Eleanor said that we got a battle coming anyway. So I'm going to work on this stick and I'm going to rest.
Okay.
And like he goes over to wherever the food is, just like grabs a bunch and just like, oh.
Okay.
No.
So the plan is to take a rest, long rest, short rest. No rest.
Rest.
Short.
I'm doing a long rest.
You doing a long rest?
I would like to
8
do a long
hours.
rest, and then I would like to go get Thomas, and then we're going to take the shortcut.
I mean, Thomas is right there. We'll grab
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
We can all rest together.
Yeah.
Like, I can go get him and be like, hey, Thomas! We're...
Actually, come on back, buddy.
Yeah. What do you get,
Cool.
Thomas?
You
Yeah.
guys can actually, like, if you look down at the bottom of the hill,
I can
Oh, you
see
can
him.
you can see Thomas and Jasper
Yeah.
like hanging on this boat.
Oh,
Thomas! Jasper's just been creeping up like, is this safe?
we're
Hey,
making camp. Jonas is up here. Look what I'm doing with your head.
Jasper, come on up here!
And again,
Becca doesn't want to hang out.
Becca sees Jasper coming up the hill, and she's like,
Just go in your tent.
if you don't mind, I'm going to go. I'd like to be alone. I will not run off, I promise. But I do not want to see Jasper.
Weak.
Okay, cool.
She goes kind of up the hill, and there was tents and that kind of stuff where the bandits were staying, and she goes up to her tent.
Actually, Cigar, just follow after her a little bit.
Sure.
You seem to know a lot about a lot of this. Do you know anything about the storm and the lightning? Does that have anything to do with the presence and the?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the presence. It's what I do know is that there's been more weird magic happening, and I think it is something that the Undying is looking for. I think he is trying to maybe even siphon it. I think it's probably one of the reasons why he's after your friends, and I think that whatever is causing that magic and that kind of bizarre surge in magic here in the swamps and even in fully into parts of the Southern Kingdom, I think he is looking for the source, but I think that is getting worse, whatever the source is.
Is he calling it in?
It's possible.
Is it a sickness? Is it a curse?
We don't know what it is, honestly. I don't know. I do know I've seen spots of the swamp that bubble with the yellow liquid. And the magic in that area is wild and
Beggar looks up
unimaginable.
at this point. He's like, when the heart tree exploded, there were people with yellow eyes. They would die. Me and Eleanor got turned away from Loghorn because of the yellow eyes. They thought we were infected, but it was all of them that died. And he's still just like Carmen.
The yellow eyes, it's definitely part of what the Undying is doing. He maybe found something in Loghorn that infected you, and he's figured out how to harness it properly. I don't know exactly.
Yep.
I know he wanted me for my ability to imbue things with life.
Wasn't him who made my eyes yellow. My eyes were yellow long before I ever saw the Undying.
Were you born with yellow eyes?
No.
Oh.
It was when the heart tree exploded. Me and me bandit boyo. And me Eleanor. We all got the yellow eyes. My clan had them too, but they mostly died in the explosion.
Hey, Aberdeen?
Yeah.
This is Thomas. Thomas
this
is a
talking
giant
tree?
tree. Yeah.
Talking tree.
Thomas
Wanna
I
introduce you to
assumed
Thomas.
that's
Yeah.
who that was, but thank you for the introduction.
You're welcome.
He's a beautiful soul.
What
He's
kind
a
of
good
tree are you, Thomas?
Well, that's a good question. Alive, I think.
Squishy
Like-
tree.
Is there a species or? Are,
You see, he kind of reaches up a hand and hits his head. Hardwood.
I've only read about you kind of trees and magical creatures in my books.
I'm Thomas. It's nice to meet you.
So,
I'm a Thomas tree.
He's Thomas.
I-
We work
I-
together.
Gentle lad.
is it a symbiotic relationship, or like,
I
are
mean,
you
like, we
best
both
friends,
like
or
each
how
other.
did this friendship come to fruition?
We protected the back of the castle.
From
Things coming out of the castle.
were you knights? Were you knights of the castle?
Nights? We,
Like
I mean,
protectors?
We worked.
we worked at
nights.
night.
Yes.
We did work at night.
Okay, you know what? Let's just take this short rest, not a long one.
No, we're taking a long
Ooh, I think we're
rest.
taking a
Oh, we
long-
are?
Well,
Yeah.
Beargar is.
Carl is my friend, and Becca is my boss. She
Yeah.
made me. I like Becca.
So she brought you to life.
Yes, she's boss. Mum?
Boss mom?
Moss.
Boss mum.
Boss mom?
Mumbles.
Moss.
Mom, boss mom?
Fucking idiots.
I'm trying to get to know my traveling party.
And Becca has, like as
Did she
Thomas
wander
walked
off?
up
Please don't
with-
get
with
possessed again.
Jasper, she makes her way up.
She's not like she's not like curious about Thomas. Sad
She is,
Thomas.
but she doesn't want to be
Poor
anywhere
sad
near that.
Thomas.
Okay, now this
Alright,
amulet
guys.
and this necklace, like, I don't know, not saying at this very moment, but I don't know if we need to get rid of it or on our travels or somewhere along the way or after we get done doing what we're supposed to do, we need to either destroy it, unlit this curse, or I don't think we should hang on to it for too long.
It's been okay.
If your boss mom, no, but if your boss mom, you know, was possessed by this thing,
We should probably give it to Victus. He's the preacher.
This is like.
but-
Well, I definitely. I mean, I'm interested, but I don't want to touch it. I don't think.
It's
that
been
doesn't
okay
seem
in
to be.
Zakar's pouch.
Yeah,
There
the
are-
pouch has been fine, but touching it seems to be
is there like a
a
well?
little iffy.
Is there a well maybe here on the property? We can just drop it down.
There's a gazebo.
She's gonna put it in the middle of the gazebo.
Gazebo.
Fine. Nobody will come along and touch
No one will
that.
ever see this.
Just
Victus does say, he's like, but you know, the church wouldn't mind studying something like that. Anything that has possessive abilities like that, it's definitely something we're interested in. So, if you don't mind, I'd love to take it off. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I have any use for it,
Just
so
pass the pouch.
yeah, I'll just take out the little pouch it's wrapped up in, and hand that over to.
You see, very gently opens up, making sure not to touch it, and he looks at her for a while, kind of shrugs his shoulder, and holds it back up, and he sticks it in his pouch. He looks, he says, "I'll take it back to the church and have a good look at it and study it, and I'll tell you what."
Sounds great. Nothing bad could possibly happen at a church.
Not at all.
At least it won't be on us. It's not our responsibility
I definitely
anymore.
did not give it to them. It's fine.
Not our circus, not our monkeys.
I'll tell you what, in the morning, I'm going to head out. I'm going to head back to Adrahan Gate. At least there I can get to Pindius Gret, and we can talk about what happened here, and maybe we can get the report back to Pindius Howl, but
I wouldn't trust that man.
I know. He is in charge of the...
Just because he pays your bills don't mean he's right.
But he's kind of the new,
you know Penny's how?
I don't like that man.
He's a crusty old bastard, isn't he?
Yeah, him and Aberdeen didn't see eye to eye on much anything.
He doesn't see eye to eye with anybody. He's a mean old fucker.
Mean old fucker or not, he's now in charge of the church, so he's the boss.
Still up there at Ashington?
Yes, yeah.
I guess he's still a good lad.
He's the worst.
He helped you heal me leg. He let me stay with you guys.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, he's definitely gonna take care of those that are in need, but he's pretty set in his ways, and he doesn't much like thinking outside the box.
That toy that the elf just gave you.
Yeah.
It might be our one chance, or our second chance, to get to Baldassar. Don't lose it.
Oh no, I won't lose it. I'll get it at least to Pindius Gret and Adrian Gate, and and he'll keep it safe for sure.
I'm sure Pendulous will look at. We'll look at it.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be okay.
You guys gonna take a long rest?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Are you setting watches through the night? Or are you...
I will definitely take a watch. Yeah.
I will also.
I'm gonna
take a
listen to the
watch.
rooster. The rooster is my clock.
I'll take first watch, and I'm gonna carve, and I kind of cruise over to Thomas, like, check it out, lad, check it out. And I like whack him a little bit with his own stick. He's gonna fire it, gonna make it hard. A little piece of you will be with that the skinny elf with the small feet for the rest of his life. What do you think? He's like tap 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 tap.
Thomas is like, I look at it.
And so yeah, he's leaning against Thomas, carving. Don't
Thomas,
squish him, me, you big fucker.
no squishums. I don't move much when I sleep.
And yeah, so I'm watching, but I'm carving.
Okay. And Thomas is gonna sit behind you, but he falls asleep and he becomes a tree. And it's weird because nothing really physically changes about him, but it's just suddenly he's perfectly still.
Thomas is the best.
Give me an investigation, or not? Give me a perception check.
Perceptigation.
12.
You hear some rustling out in the woods, but you don't really notice anything. Everything seems to be okay. But your watch, for the most part, goes. It's uneventful. Who are you waking up next?
Oh, I'll take next. It's fine.
Cigar.
Cigar. Perception check.
Perceptigation.
Perception. Checkmations.
Oh, that's gonna wind up being a 12 here, right?
Yeah, same thing for you. I mean, it's normal nighttime stuff. Here's some owls.
Night stuff.
The one thing you do notice is the rain seems to stop. It had been still kind of sprinkling, that kind of stuff, but the rain seems to stop and the clouds are starting to break up a little bit. Who's got the next watch?
Me.
Give me a perceptigation check.
One moment. Perceptigation.
Makes it happen.
I feel like with us taking watches, it becomes a short rest.
Yeah,
That is going to be 17.
17. You.
Nice.
Well, you notice, and for the first time in days,
Mm-hmm.
days and days and days, the clouds fully clear off, and you actually get to see the nighttime sky, which I have not described yet in this entire campaign. And so, in the nighttime sky, you get to see what are known as the arches, and they're the four concentric rings that are always at a 45-degree angle on the horizon, and that are the rings that surround Corella. They go green, yellow, blue, and red. And then beside them, it is a half moon at this point in time. So, very pretty.
Oh, it sounds very pretty.
You kind of stare off at those, but you feel pretty comfortable that nobody's disturbed this bandit camp, and you suddenly it kind of starts to make sense to you. It's like that's a bandit camp. Who raids a bandit camp?
Yeah.
The bandits. You've killed the bandits.
Yeah. Why am I on watch?
yeah, that's what you're thinking as you're like, everything seems fine. And
What am I watching for? Like, we were what the bandits should have been watching.
You're watching the sky.
You're having this like existential debate as you watch the
Who
arch
am
go by,
I?
arches go by.
I wonder what that staff's gonna be. No, I know Beargar's and he's carving it and it's gonna be nice, but it'll be nice to be able to walk through the swamp all easily with the staff. Maybe I can use it for something else, I don't know. Maybe it'll turn into something better. I'm just hoping.
And then Aberdeen, you take the last watch, or you just like, I ain't taking a watch.
I'm gonna, for the shortest part of the watch, I'm gonna go to Aberdeen.
What? What? You won't.
Hey, Aberdeen, I need you to take the last watch.
What am I watching for? We kill everybody. And then everyone try to kill us.
That's kind of what I said to myself. I mean, if you don't want to watch, you don't have.
Fine. I will take the last watch.
We all did it, and I don't think it means anything. I think it's pointless. But we committed. We have to go through with this.
Fine.
We can't just stop the watch.
Perception check.
Fine. Waking me up. 3.
You fall back asleep. It's like 10 minutes after Carl goes to sleep. You're like, fuck this. And you go back to sleep. Fully go back to sleep.
It's Bandit Camp. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, you were like, why?
You know what? I tried.
You did your best.
I tried. I did my best.
So Bergar wakes up a little bit early, goes down to the water where they were. He fires a stick on the... He's done carving it. That can be done carving. He fires it on the fire, it goes down and cools it off. And he types a little BG on either side of the tree. And he doesn't show it to Carl. He knocks on Thomas. Hey, well, Thomas, good morning, lad.
Good morning.
Look what I made.
That's a lovely steak.
I'm going to give it to the elf. It's not done, but it's as done as I can get it without me furnace and without me oils and without some good leather.
I like it. It looks nice. You've done good.
So he gets a stick and he picks up like a little rock and he throws it in the air and he whacks the rock at Carl.
Give me an athletics check.
6.
You hit Thomas. Like with the stick. You missed the rock. Oh, it's a good stick. Oh.
Sorry there, lad. I was trying to do a little thing and I remembered throwing him for a second.
You hit Thomas with himself.
So I take the stick. Oh, you're awake now?
Yeah.
I mean, you did just whack a tree with a stick, so it made a loud noise.
And I take the stick and I'm like, sorry, lad, and I poke him with it. It's time to get up.
Ow!
I made you a present.
That's a nice stick.
Come here.
Okay.
I give it to him. He's like, with this stick, you're a Greenfield now. I don't want to hear about it. And he walks off. I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
You can put
I'm a
quarterstaff in your inventory.
Greenfield. What does that mean? And then I just look at the quarterstaff. And I mean, it's nice. It's pretty even. It looks like it's well carved. It looks like someone did a really shoddy job with the firing. It looks like they needed a better kiln. But I mean, it's the best that somebody could do. I think it's nice.
I go over and I kind of nudge Zakar. Hey, Zakar.
Yeah.
So, I guess this other one is one of us now.
Good. Yes, we need more of us. Yes, more of us is good.
I've never made you anything, and I'm sorry, lad.
I didn't think you should have. Could you make me breakfast? How about that?
I dropped some old bread on him.
Oh, delicious.
Hey, Zakar. Bergar made me this quarterstaff. Look at this.
That is an even better stick.
Yeah. Thankfully, he didn't have it to wake you up with.
No, he just kicked me.
Yeah.
Threw bread at me. It's great.
I'll make you.
That's actually my preferred method of waking up.
If you can get me a good stick, I'll make you a bowl, lad.
I find all the good sticks.
Does anybody?
I'm really good at finding sticks.
Does anybody have coffee?
I think we only have wine. We could heat it up. We could boil it. We could
Do you like
pretend it's a
mulled wine?
hot beverage
Well, we could boil it.
and just hold your nose.
Becca comes down the hill about this time, and she's carrying what looks to be like a travel pack, but she also has in her other hand some basic morning food provisions. Again, kind of just bread, hard cheeses, that kind of stuff. But she does have and a little pouch of tea. So she makes you all a tea.
Mm. A little
Yeah, there's
nervous
some
about
morning
drinking
tea.
it.
Do you think it's poison?
I might take the tea and watch her very closely, and then like blow on my tea and swirl it, and wait until she takes a sip, and then I take a sip.
I think she watches you watching her, and she can't tell if you're flirting. Or she's like, okay. She
Very
takes a
good.
sip of her tea, like turns to the cars. How's your tea?
Bigger.
It's hot. I think I burnt my,
Yeah, I meant
burnt
to
my
make
tongue a
it,
little
it's
bit.
supposed to be hot. Yeah, sorry, you should blow on it a bit.
Blow some of it out.
First time drinking tea, alright.
Bigger walks down to where
You should drink
Jasper
out of a stream.
to where Jasper was with his
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
And
And
he sits
Jasper's back
down.
at the boat with his,
And he walks down to the boat.
with his gators.
He's like, Jasper, lad, your sister-in-law made this tea. I go to him. We all have some issues to work out. We might be going to go die. So, thank you for the eggs. Thank you for the trip up here. I assume you and your gators can get back okay?
Well, yeah, we'd be alright. Mm-hmm. Could you do me a favor, though, and please ask Becca to come down here and talk to me? I understand she doesn't want to see me for whatever reason. I don't have a problem with her, but I'd love to have a conversation with her.
I think she's embarrassed, lad. Everything is probably her fault.
Well, I don't know that any one person could take on that much responsibility for anything, but I'd like to at least have a conversation with her. Please tell her that I'm not in a judging mood, I'm just curious.
It's between you and her, lad. You give him a big hug. It's like, I'm sorry, we're taking Thomas.
Well, that's alright, dude.
These guys talking to Becca. It's alright. I'm pretty sure none of this is your fault.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. I mean, I know that you don't know me at all, but that does actually kind of help me feel a little
I
better.
mean, it seems like there was a lot of like dark things. There was a lot of creepy things in that, and I'm sure none of this that was not your fault.
There are red. I just talked to your brother-in-law. He wants to talk to you really badly. But, do what you gotta do. Thomas, you're at rock and roll.
I don't know what that means, but are we going somewhere?
I guess he wants to just push some of the rocks around. I guess maybe we're gonna make a.
See, he reached out and grabs a rock and rolls it down the hill. I rolled it down the hill.
It's fucking great, lad. You're a beautiful soul.
Good job,
And I
Thomas.
love you.
Where are we going?
We're going to Bandit. And
So we're going to the convent.
he just trudges it off. He thinks he's going to the shortcut.
Okay. Becca, it's like, Berga, hold on just a second. I will show you the way I feel that perhaps I do owe Jasper an explanation. And you see she walks down the hill. And they have a conversation down there.
Zakar's gonna pull out the immovable rod and the dagger and just kind of like bonk some of the gems together and just see.
Every time you touch the gem on the immovable rod, it stops moving. The dagger vibrates, but it's movable.
Hit button. Think that. Ding. Okay. Thinks the dagger should stop, maybe. The rod doesn't, and he just can't quite make it work.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, I'm good at that. I'm sure. Okay, well, that's a 17.
17's pretty good. You get the feeling that the immovable rod and the dagger are functioning similarly, but they're not exactly the same thing.
Not the same spell.
Right. And you start to realize that probably what makes the immovable rod immovable, there's some sort of force between the two gems on it that are working to cause it to stop moving. The dagger only has one, but you get that feeling that the idea is the same, but the dagger is going to do something when used in the right circumstance that is similar to what the removable rod does, but you just haven't quite sussed out what that is. But it's going to do something very similar to the removable rod if used the right way, but you don't know what the situation is.
He's just gonna kind of look at it and like, just take the dagger, put the rod away, and just kind of walk up behind Beargar with the dagger.
Aye, the fuck are you doing, lad?
I just wanted to show you this.
I
I can't quite figure out what it does. I think it's going to be cool, but I don't know.
You're going to stab me with it?
What? No. Of course not.
I would never.
Never stab you.
I mean, just a little bit. Just to see what...
Just a poking.
Just a little... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Go stab something else. Beargart makes his way over to Aberdeen.
Okay.
Sits down.
What up, bear man?
How you doing there, little one?
I got a real good night's sleep.
I'm glad you got a good night. Imagine you didn't sleep well in that birdcage, eh?
I mean, I had... It was a mixed bag. I thought I made some friends, and I met a potential lover, but then it all fell apart. And I mean, are you talking about right now, or like what happened before?
I don't know.
You know
I
what, it
remember when
doesn't-
you
doesn't
ran off
matter.
ahead.
The ghost of Fat Mike is crying.
I was,
Oh, Fat Mike.
I was going to tell you that we last saw your brother at Hawthorne Manor, and he was headed back to Darkfoot Landing.
I didn't even ask about him.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. He's a good lad.
I know,
Yeah.
and I love him dearly. He's my only kid, and I just completely forgot about him. I
gone
got
through
caught
a
up in
lot.
this chaos.
He helped
Just
us.
assume... I mean, you can assume he's fine, because
He helped us
Well,
kill a.
he's pretty... He was kind of a badass, so...
He helped us kill a hook lord.
I mean, he took
Hook or
was it an axe or an arrow? A crossbow to the chest.
He helped us.
And he was great.
He helped us kill a hook.
He took it like a champ.
He took it with an axe in the chest.
He helped us. He helped us kill a horrible hooker.
He did help us kill a horrible hooker. Horrible. Horrible.
And
Yeah, I
but he
thought
went back. If you want to go back, I understand. But I need to save me Eleanor, me bandit now. And Red up there's got a couple of kids that are trapped. And Baldassar, he's evil. We can use all the help we can get.
Okay, so Angus is okay.
Angus is good.
My brother apparently I forgot about completely.
He's going back to the inn. He did seem more concerned about you than you seemed about him.
You know what? I'll write him a letter.
The plight of an older brother.
You know,
My
I'll,
sister's okay. I have a brother?
you know what? I'll write him a letter and I'll send it like via courier pigeon or something to him and let him know like where we're headed. But yes, if you need my assistance as a halfling cleric, I do have some skills.
I'd love to see your evil bone that you used to attack everyone again. That was pretty interesting.
My spiritual bone, or my
big
magic
old-
bone.
Are they different things?
Yes,
Are they connected, lass?
it could be.
Spirit bone's definitely connected to the magic bone.
And the magic bone's connected to the hip bone.
We'll do anatomy lessons on the way. I feel like we have a lot to talk about on this journey.
You do see, though, that prior to this, he's kind of packed up his stuff and says, listen, I'm heading back to Adrian Gate, so,
You know,
I mean, if you need me to take a message back to somebody there, or I could get somebody to head down to Dark
yeah,
Landing.
tell him I'm fine.
Your brother, and what's your brother's name? I mean,
Angus.
okay.
Angus Abernathy.
All right, and he's in Dark
Double A.
He looks like me. Very handsome. You can't miss him. He's very good looking.
All right,
And,
and he's in Darkfoot Landing.
yes, and he
How
works
tall is he?
He's about an inch taller than me.
3'12".
Yes.
3
Yes.
foot.
4
Yes.
foot.
Same bald spot.
Yeah.
Same bald spot. It is hereditary, and he works at the inn that is now flooded. So if you see a handsome halfling,
Wait, he works at an inn that's
that's
flooded?
why I'm here. That's why we're all here,
Remember
newbie.
The rainstorm, lad. That
It flooded. It
we all
flooded
suffered
the
through.
town.
I know it seems like it's been like 14 months, but it's only been like 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
You're
Been a
on
long
your
3
third
days.
day.
At
All right,
the,
yeah,
at
I
the,
can
it works
definitely
at
take
the
a message.
the Goose Pucky Inn. I only worked there for one night. It's a long story, but I was there.
No one's judging you
best
for
night to
working
work.
there. It sounds as
I
though
love the idea that Aberdeen goes to school, drops out of school, comes back, works at her brother's inn for a night.
And it goes underwater.
It goes underwater, and then she's like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
This was a bad idea.
I wanted to start a new life, but this life, that was not what I pictured as my start over.
I love it.
So just long story short, handsome, halfling,
Gotcha.
flooded in.
Yep, okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
That's it. You don't, I mean, you know what, if you want to tell them like we're going north or whatever.
Yeah, you want to tell him your brother's name, lass.
Oh, I thought it was Angus.
Angus Aberdeen.
Okay.
Angus Abernathy at the Goose Pucky Horse Pucky Inn.
He's a horse.
I like goose buggy.
Yes,
I've
if
been to
you
the
wouldn't
Goose
mind,
Pucky.
that would be helpful.
Well, of course. Yeah,
You were my favorite professor, and I'm sorry we didn't get to talk more.
I'm just glad to see you're all right. You got. It kind of seems like you found your way, even if you didn't mean to.
I mean, it's kind of a mess.
This is something. It was better than what you were doing up there.
This is true.
The cage?
No, my
Us.
The cage is better than what you were doing up there?
I think maybe you need.
Maybe.
I think maybe you need a drink, lass, and he drops a wine bottle
I need all of this.
for her.
I need all of this. You're bringing up my past.
And-
Wine bottle's like
and
half
he gets
the size
up-
of her.
And like, he yells down at Becca.
And she's making her way back up there.
Hey, old Red!
Yeah, you see her coming back up the hill, and she's kind of wiping tears from her eyes, and you did see that her and Jasper seemed to be like okay. I think it seemed like a good conversation.
I told him it was all your fault.
She just flips you off.
Now come make up for it and short this fucking shortcut.
She gets back up there. All right, is everybody ready to go?
I'm sitting in the corner over by myself, and I've been looking at the quarterstaff and like slowly spinning it around, and like getting faster and faster, and just being like, "Oh shit!" and like realizing that I can spin it really, really fast if I try, and then I can. I'm really good at like. It's very balanced, and I'm like, "Damn, this is really good." Beargar, you did This is nice. I mean, the firing could have been better, but
Get
like,
me-
I get it.
Get me to a kiln, lad, or a good furnace, and give me some good leather. We can make it a lot better. And I need to get some oil on it. She's not done, but he grabs the top of it and like donks him on the head with it. It's like it's harder as shit.
I feel like I can make a difference on our journey with this.
Zakar's like, my armor is kind of very patched together leather. You want a piece of this? Like, will this help? It's kind of oily. Just take it. I can just rip a
Can
patch
I roll for
off.
it? What, like what?
Sure, not that-
What?
Well, are you trying to like use his armor to make like a leather wrap? So you can
Yeah.
salvage that?
Yeah.
Piece
If
of
you're
like
gonna try
patchwork
and
shitty
salvage
armor.
that. Well, for right now, just we'll call it an investigation check to see if there's anything on his armor that you could actually use.
9 plus 3, 12.
Yeah, you find a strip. It's kind of like at the back of his armor where it kind of hangs down just above his ass. There's a strip that doesn't look like it's doing much, and it's kind of starting to hang off. But you feel like you could probably tear that off or cut it off with a knife.
Yeah.
All my armor is second-hand
Let me-
pieces sewn together to fix holes. And
Let me
it's
see your
just
new
very
special
nice.
knife, lad.
Oh, here you go.
I tap the bottom and use it. Does it do anything cutting through the leather?
Yeah, it cuts your leather really easily.
I cut through the leather, tap the bottom again, and then tap the arm on like on him. Like, here you go, lad. And I go over with the leather and I like mess with it and I take the staff.
You see Becca walks up. She didn't say anything. She just looks at you and she kind of closes her hands together and she goes and pulls them out about a foot apart. And she's got like fire, like, concentrated fire between her hands. She's like, I think this might help.
Are you serious, lass?
Give it a shot.
He's finally doing something fucking useful. And he like takes his staff. He's like, hold on a sec, I gotta work with your girlfriend.
Okay.
And you're
And
not. No.
We are.
Fire.
We are.
he's like, and she's holding it, and they're like, I like to picture them like arguing. Like, I mean, we kind of are. And
That's what
she's
I'm
like-
saying. Like, I think that like we may, it could work. There was
Fire.
something there. Like
No.
she anytime she's around me, she wants to make fire.
Just
There's something about it.
fire in this staff and the
Fire.
flames of love,
That's
lad.
exactly what it is.
You see her, she's just glaring at you for egging it on, and the fire starts to flicker, kind of go out a little bit.
It's like, hey, focus, lads. He runs the staff through it like cleanly,
Yeah.
takes it out and waters it, and like rubs it, and like rubs the leather around it, and ties it. He's like, this could be better, and I have a little more time to carve an actual hand grip, but it should do for now.
Yeah.
And I think it's, and he like whacks like a rock with it, like pretty hard. It's like, I think it's even tougher than it was before.
It is a very, at this point in time, what you would consider a finely made quarterstaff. It's not magical. It's not +1 or anything like that. But it's a good. Like, if at some point in time you wanted to sell it, you'd get some decent money.
Yeah.
It's
Or you
well
could
made.
shillelagh it.
And you can fully shillelagh it now.
And if we can ever get to the heart tree, I'm hoping that I can use heart tree stuff to make it better. And the oils and stuff.
I will say, because it is something that is handcrafted and something that is like an heirloom at this point in time, that it would be something that you can add pieces onto to give it properties as you go along.
How do I shillelagh something?
It's a
The
spell
magic
you can
spell.
cast.
Ah, okay.
You have to have it has to be a club or a quarterstaff,
Mm-hmm.
but you can cast a spell on it and during the duration of the spell, it has magical properties.
Okay.
And with a good staff, you can use, when you get to level 5, you can use a bonus action to hit with it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay.
Like
So
with the butt of it. Yeah.
it has turned your druid into a much more like melee combat ready druid.
Okay.
Happiness. So.
I need armor.
Time well spent. You do need armor.
Yes. I do need armor. That was one of the big things that I did not get. Did I get any armor from any of the people that I rolled?
Do you not have light leather armor?
Let's see.
You should have light leather armor. If not, then you can definitely pull some off of Bandits. Aberdeen.
I have light leather armor.
Okay, just equip it.
Yeah, it's equipped.
It is. You still only have a 10?
Huh? No.
Proud or
No, I'm
victim?
good. I mean, I have 23 hit points, but I
No,
have
I
an
mean-
11 armor class.
Okay, yeah. So that's yeah. Well, it'll come up.
Okay.
I feel like I'm still in school again. I'm raising my hand.
Yes, Aberdeen.
So I can't remember who said this, but they asked about a horse, right? Do we have horses to get through this swamp where we're going, where we need to go? But then we were like, no, we don't have horses. We have this tree.
Mhm.
Okay, is there a reason why, like, we shouldn't be walking there, like, in our bare feet? Like, besides it being a swamp, like, was there a specific reason why? Is this swamp evil? Is this...
Well, I think what Becca said was that it's a good thing you don't have horses because you're going
Don't.
through Musquawk territory.
Oh, Musquawk, that's right.
And
That's right.
The Musquawks it's a big kind of insect thing that likes to eat horses.
Understood.
Musquawk.
very,
It's horses,
very,
horses.
very. When I say big, I mean like 8 feet tall. Big.
That's a big boat.
Okay, so their favorite
Yeah,
meal
they're
is
huge.
horses, so that's
Yeah,
why.
they
Okay, that's
love
why
horses.
it said.
That's,
Okay.
that's the horse's favorite food. The Musquawks. Yep.
Musquawk.
Musquack.
Musquawk.
Musquawk. Quawk. Sorry, Quawk. Musquawk.
Squawk.
Squawk.
Must squawk.
Musquawk.
All right, so we're all. You guys are all ready to head out on your little adventure, and I'm going back to Adraham Gate. Is that about right?
Sounds about right.
Is there anything you want to do before you leave the camp? This is your last chance to look around, grab anything, look for anything. I mean, you guys rolled the place pretty good, especially Zakar. You found pretty much everything that there was to find. But you're about to get on the road.
Bigger, can I check and see if there's any armor that's better than my leather armor anywhere? Like just on the dead bodies and in the big tent where Becca was?
You can look. There's not.
Okay.
These bandits had like, I mean, most of them were like wearing clothes. They barely even had armor on.
They're kind of shitty bandits. We killed the crap out of them.
I had better armor than they did.
You know,
and that's not good.
Actually, you know, here's what I'll say. No, I was just saying because the bandit captain, she had a little bit. She had a squeaky toy.
Squeaky armor.
It was very rusty armor.
It's a -5 to stealth.
She had better armor than everybody else, but she still just had leather armor. It wasn't like she was wearing like scale mail or anything like that. She was still just in. She was in better armor. She had a helmet.
Is it a cool helmet?
Yeah, it's like a plate mail helmet that has. It's got like deer antlers on it.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter if I equip it or not.
No, it's not going to because you don't have like the full. Like if you had plate mail on, it would matter. But having this is just same thing for
Just flare.
for
Or
right
pop.
now for Aberdeen.
Okay.
Well, Aberdeen, what armor are you wearing?
I am light armor,
Light armor?
leather,
Okay, yeah.
and
so-
I have a mace, and I have a shield,
Perfect. You have a mace and a shield. You're badass.
Hell yeah.
and my kitchen.
Oh, that is something you found in the camp, by the way. All of your shit was there.
All of my what?
All of your stuff was in the camp.
Is your mace just like a big kitchen ladle then?
Like a big
It's like a
spoon.
tenderizer hammer.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Big meat tenderizer.
It's still like half as big as me.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our helmets on.
Yeah.
I got my antlers.
I got my hat on.
Get your stuff, Elf. It's time to go.
Well, I guess I can come along. It'll be all right.
Perfect. All right. So Becca looks and she's like, "All right, everybody's ready to go."
Hey, Becca, how you doing, girl?
No. Mm-mm. We're not. No.
I don't understand. I thought, fine,
Just no.
I'll just follow along.
I love that I'm wearing Rebecca's boots.
And she knows you're wearing them.
Oh, I'm definitely not giving it back.
No. Rebecca's not gonna ask for anything back. Rebecca's not gonna ask for anything. She feels
Really bad.
awful.
For shooting us with a fireball. She fucking should feel bad.
Dude, like Rebecca doesn't. You guys haven't asked Becca anything.
I'm mad at her.
I know.
Why did you leave your shoes?
I was running.
All right.
Okay.
Come on, Thomas. We're off on the... Show us this shortcut, Becca. We gotta get a move on.
And Becca's like, she says, "All right, now that we're gonna go. I'm gonna follow the path that you followed at the beginning, there, Beargar. But eventually, we're gonna kind of head off into the swamp. It's gonna be tough traveling, and we are gonna go through Musquawk territory. We are gonna have to keep our wits about us. We are gonna have to be very observant because the Musquawks blend into the trees very, very well. And they are giant creatures, and they are violent, and they are tough. So we need to be, once we get to their territory, we need to be quiet as we can be.
Your father killed a Musquawk back in the day. You gotta chop his leg off with the axe, then you go for the main body part. They don't like axes. They do like horses.
Yes, they love horses.
I'm a ranger, so I'm very observant. I'm sure I'll spot them before we get to them.
Well, that's great news. Do you want to take point then?
I would love to, yes.
I believe you
Fantastic.
are.
As long
the-
as you know put me in the direction we're going, I will definitely make sure we don't walk into
I'm
any
just gonna
traps or
kind of
anything.
hang out in the back because Musquawks are scary. Okay, have you seen a Musquawk? They're big.
We know Squishums and the big.
You could probably squish them. I think Tom, you're bigger than a Musquawk.
A little bit, yes. Not much.
I think you can get them, boyo.
Okay, so we are now traveling. I do need marching order.
I guess I'm
assuming
taking
you're
points.
Taking the point.
Very confidently.
These people never learn.
Beargar's following
No,
along with
Okay,
Thomas.
So we have Zakar in the front,
Zik-
then Beargar.
Then Thomas.
I think Becca's going to be close because she still has to kind of guide you
Yeah,
guys.
she has to point the way.
I'm going to follow along in the back.
Okay.
Is it daytime?
It is now daytime, yes.
Okay.
It's,
Or is this,
it
is this
is-
swamp dark though?
Well, no. I mean,
Okay.
it's like being in a thick forest.
Do Musquawks not like the light?
You know what? I will let you give me a history check.
23.
Jesus. You have this moment of like pure clarity. When you're like, hold on just a second. I remember reading about Musquawks.
We were in
We had to
our
study that.
halfling study class.
We had to study that crap in the monastery. It's like,
That
yeah.
was day 14 of my studies.
It's like the most clear you've been on anything that you studied. You're like, I know 100% everything there is to know about Musquawks. So yeah, Musquawks are they are technically an insect, but they're giant insects. They live deep in the woods. They don't really like people.
So guys, Musquawks don't like people. They're big.
They try and avoid people, but they are predators. They are apex predators. They hunt mostly large animals like
Oh, I'm safe.
like
You go up front, big boy.
deer, horses, that kind of stuff is what they hunt. They do travel in packs, though not a lot. They're not as big a packs as like wolves, but like they usually see them in like 2s or 3s, at least families. You know, where you have like a mother, father, baby. And they're very territorial. They are what they look like giant mosquitoes without wings. They're about 8 feet tall. Their legs look kind of like trees, so they blend in. They have long bodies, and they have very sharp, pointed beaks that they pierce things with and then eat them.
Do they... What is the best way to kill one?
Beargar wasn't wrong. The best way to bring one down is to take its legs out, and then when it hits the ground, to go after the head.
So, slash, then smash.
Yeah. Slash and smash.
Slash
and
love.
smash.
Yeah.
They take out their legs.
Yeah, because they are fast, they are fierce, they have big pointy things, but if you get underneath them or behind them, it's hard for them, especially because they're so tall in the woods, it's hard for them to maneuver around. So if you're quick and below them, just says below me.
Below me.
If you're quick and below them, it's harder for them to get to you.
You be quick and below them.
It's harder for them to get to you. But if you take them on head on, or if they get the drop on you, it's almost impossible to. Once they get a hold of you with their beak, you're fucked.
Okay.
That's how they're able to take down like a horse.
We have a secret weapon, though. He looks like a Musquawk. He walks like a Musquawk. But he ain't no fucking Musquawk.
Talking about
Is it
Thomas?
Carl?
It's Carl.
No, he's definitely talking about Thomas, guys.
So,
Yeah, that's what you're looking at, and like I said, they are territorial. And when Becca says you're going into Musquawk territory, it's the area of the swamp / forest that they live in. But each group of Musquawks have like a territory that they hunt.
like feral cats.
Yeah, you won't have like 16 Musquawks in one area. You'll have wherever you're walking, there'll be like 3 or 4 that hunt that area, and then you'll get to another area and there's 3 or 4 that hunt that area. So.
All right, so I'm taking point. I guess.
Zakar's got point, and then Beargar and Becca have next, and then
Thomas.
Thomas is in the middle, and that makes Aberdeen and Carl's got the back. Carl already said he's got the back, so then Thomas.
I
Aberdeen,
definitely
Carl.
am in the back. I
Okay.
don't like monsters or Musquawks or things that hurt me. Like Becca, she hurt my heart.
Becca is fully ignoring Carl.
So, can I bless us before we go in?
What is blessed?
Bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes... No.
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, so whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, it's only a minute, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or the saving roll.
So bless is the thing you want to do before a battle.
Yeah.
Before we go in this place.
No,
So
once we see the monsters.
Okay.
Use an
yeah.
action.
So right now, what you're doing to kind of paint the picture, you guys are walking through the swamp. Becca's been like, we can go through this area. It's Musquawk territory. It's dangerous to travel through here. It is not the way that people travel to get to where we're going. Mendestra will be going along the road, like the main traveled path.
She's a bitch.
Because she doesn't see, she's in front of you guys, and she doesn't think that nobody goes. It would be like going on safari. I mean, like, well, I mean, you can go back to the main camp on the truck, or if you want to walk through lion territory, you can get there 4 hours faster. So, like, that's basically what you guys are like. We're gonna go walk through lion territory to get back to town.
Yep.
We got Thomas. We got Miax. We're all rested up.
Right. So, but with Mendestra, is
my
not thinking
eyes.
that. Mendestra's like, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna go through lion territory. So.
We're moving. We're going
You
down the
guys-
short.
So, but that's what you guys are doing right now.
Well,
You
I'm
guys
in
are
the back.
going along the shortcut. So now that we're doing that, I am going to need. Are you going? I need to know if you guys are going stealthily, if you guys are going quickly, because those are 2 different things, and you're also going off-roading. So, it's a shortcut, but it's still not easy terrain to get through.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna go stealthily, it's gonna take you twice as long.
No, I'm definitely not going stealthy.
Does it count as a forest?
It's a swamp,
So not forest.
not forest.
Ah.
It's swamp.
Alright, fine.
Is that your favorite terrain?
Yep.
Oh fuck, man. I'm sorry. No, it's,
No.
yeah, it is swamp.
I'm pretty sure we've established that before. I just gotta ask.
The thing is, where the direction that you're heading in, you are heading towards the upper
More
edge
foresty.
of the swamp, but this convent fully sits in the swamp.
Yeah.
It is this is where the Prietesses this is like their convent in the swamp, like in this territory of this is where they are. So
This exact situation is what favorite terrain is for. So
I know.
gotta fucking ask.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry,
Nah,
but it's not.
Do you do better in a forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can get the whole party
advantage.
to ignore rough terrain, so we
Yeah.
would go
Yeah.
at normal speed.
But no, Beargar's trucking. He's not worried about.
No stealth. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We got Thomas with us. Like,
You do have Thomas.
I mean, we can do pass without a trace, which helps
That does.
without trying to be stealthy.
So,
So,
Carl, do you want to pass?
I mean, I
your
could do
cast?
pass without a trace if you
Okay.
think that that'll help you guys. Bear Guy's pretty loud, though.
Yeah, it will still help you guys some. So that will give you. You can move. That'll give you +10 to your stealth checks, even if you're not being stealthy at all. You're not. You're just like walking. Fucking.
Okay.
So you're not getting
let's,
any advantage or whatever. But
Yeah, I cast pass without a trace, and you go ahead and use one of my 2nd level spells.
okay. Pass without trace lasts for an hour. This is a. I mean, this journey is going to take you 7 hours.
I mean, I may as well. If it's only an hour, I only have 3 spell slots, so.
maybe
can
just
pass
save
away.
that for when if I spot one and they haven't seen us yet. Then you can
I
cast
think
that.
that
We
sounds
might be
like
able to
a
get
plan.
past.
I'm in the back, so I'm not going to see him first, so you'll have to let me know.
I will definitely let you know because I will certainly see them well before they see us.
Musquawks are scary.
So here's what I'll say is, Becca will. Let's just say I'll let you know when we're getting close to the territory. I can tell you roughly where it is. I mean, I can't tell you exactly. Okay, now is when we're going to see him, but I can tell you we're getting close to the territory. So as a DM, I'll say you've got probably half of your days with the travel is going to be fully through Musquawk territory.
okay, let's roll.
So that's 4. We'll call it 4 hours of your travel will be through Musquawk territory.
Okay.
So I think you've got 3 hours covered with Pass Without a Trace.
I mean, I could cast pass without a trace, but that's also where all my good spells are if we run into them in that last hour, you know.
So
We'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do for me is roll just a d20 and let me know what you get.
11.
Okay, I mean, you're picking your way through the woods. Everything seems to be... You feel like you're going in the right direction, at least. Now, I need a group survival check.
To see if we survive.
15.
15. 4. Becca got a 17.
I got a 9. I think I get
What
plus
did
something.
Carl get?
I got a 9.
9. Also a 9.
Okay.
Oh, and Bergar actually got a 9 as well. His 4 was plus 5.
3 9s.
Oh, okay.
He was looking at my page, which is 0.
9.
But Bergar, he's got that plus
Thomas got an 8.
5. Okay. Yes.
Becca got a 17. And you got
About
a
the average.
15. Alright, so with Becca and Aberdeen's guidance.
I can cast guidance too.
Guidance is a good spell to cast whenever but you gotta do it before we make checks.
Yeah.
But that's good. Like especially
And it's a cantrip, so you can cast it.
Yeah.
what you might want to do will
Be up front with me.
be up front with him whenever he's making perception checks and you can guide him. And then
I might need it.
so
Maybe.
just as a little tip there, a little pro tip.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if I touch you,
I've been guided.
before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice.
Beautiful.
It can
Okay.
roll the die before or after making the ability check.
With Becca and Aberdeen's guidance,
Yes.
you guys don't get too lost.
Yes.
All of you kind of feel like you're making it through the woods. You're not getting tangled up in vines.
It's the women, right?
yes.
The women guiding
women.
everybody through the.
Because the men, including the tree did the worst. And he was like, "This is hard."
Well, I know
He's
which
got
way
some-
we're going. I just walked towards we Bandit.
But it's pretty rough going. It's slow going, but you guys are making your way. It's fine. Now we need the first perception check from you. Ooh. And Becca will say, we're getting close to the territory now. You might want to keep your eyes out. Do you want to cast guidance?
Yes. On
Sakar.
Sakar.
That's correct.
Why are you casting guidance on him?
Because he needs.
Hell
Because
yeah.
he needs it.
18.
Woo.
Yeah.
Did you add the D4 to that?
Yeah. Roll 13 plus 2 plus 3.
Plus 3.
You got 3 on the D4. Hell yes.
Okay, so you've
I
got
percepted something.
so kind of where you are. The first part of your travel is through kind of standard swamp. It's wet. It's boggy. There's vines and crap everywhere. But you kind of start to come out of that a little bit, and you're getting up on a little bit of highland, and it's like it's kind of a flat space, open canopy, lots of leaves, lots of dead leaves on the ground, and it's a different terrain than what you've been traveling in, and you kind of catch a weird smell, and you see like the trees here seem to be much like a lot of the swamp trees are kind of graggly looking and very bendy trees. These are like pretty straight trees. And then you notice that 2 of them kind of pick themselves up about 4 feet off the ground and set themselves down.
Those trees are looking weird.
I could go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace, but I can cast a spell now.
Yep. Yes, you can. So you cast Pass Without Trace.
Thank you, Carl.
So here's the challenge. What you have noticed is that in what you're looking at now, there are 2 Musquawks. They are big. From the bottom of their feet to the top of their leg is 8 feet, and then they've got these kind of like arched bellies that look. It actually kind of looks like you laid a log down and attached tree trunks to it. They blend in very well to the trees around them. They look kind of like trees, but then it has this kind of long, pointed snout on it. They have not noticed you yet. You have only seen 2 of them. They are about, say, 7 to 8 feet in front of you, kind of to the left of this clearing. You are trying to make it across the clearing.
So they like blood stuff, right? Like a horse.
Yeah. I mean, they are hunters. They definitely smell as one of the senses that they use to hunt, for sure. And blood is something that they are attuned to.
But I mean, they would also notice a large commotion.
Yeah, 100%.
Could we maybe ask Thomas to like kind of flank out around the side?
Sure.
I mean, I imagine it's kind of dense, and he's large and probably not very stealthy.
Also, probably not very tasty for a Musquawk.
Yeah, but it might take them a minute to figure that out. So
Well,
if
at
he
least
draws their attention
Make them look in his
that
direction.
way,
instead of
and
ours.
we sneak
also
this way.
just be still if they come by.
Do you think you
True.
could break them?
Maybe squish. They're very big.
You break them in half.
Maybe.
You break them their legs, I'll break them their body. You could squish them their bodies.
Well, that's questions. So, you get the idea that Thomas could definitely go create a distraction for sure. If he goes still, he's a tree.
They're not going to care.
They're not gonna care. But he could also, like, if you want to fight him, Thomas will fight him. You guys just got to tell him what you want him to do, because he'll go distract them, then be still until they go away, and then he'll keep following you, or he'll go fight him.
I just
Are
don't.
they're moving.
They don't know that you're there.
Okay.
They're just.
They'll just keep going.
I just don't want to lose Thomas.
No.
We need him with us for the thing that's coming, including the Musquawks if they see us. Musquawks.
Musquawks.
So we just keep moving.
So yeah, your options are.
Should we all sit down and turn into a tree for a little bit and let them go, or just keep going?
Yeah, so you have 3 options here. You can just sit still.
I want to keep going.
So that one's out. You can let Thomas go distract them, and then you guys can sneak by. So you all basically what I'll allow you to do on that is to get a stealth roll with advantage with pass without a trace. So
That's great.
or you can let Thomas go fight him.
No, we're just gonna keep walking. We're just gonna keep walking. We're gonna keep on the path. We have a pass without a trace. We're gonna sneak.
Everybody's just gonna sneak by him.
You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they notice you,
Then we'll fight him.
you fight him. Okay. So everybody give me a stealth roll, and whatever your roll is, add or whatever your roll is with your bonus or not bonus, add 10.
At 10? 17.
That's the pass without a trace.
17.
Yeah, I also got a 17.
Okay.
I got to 20.
I got a 21. You guys are loud.
I think I was the loudest because my 17 was still a natural 1. So.
Oh, you got an actual natural one?
Yeah, got a natural 1 that turned into a 17.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, natural 1.
Sounds like maybe you failed critically.
Pretty critically.
Becca, I love you.
Silence.
Yeah. She's.
You don't need to be professing your love right now. We are in a very precarious situation.
What if the trees kill us? Then I've never
Well,
said the
they
thing I
will
wanted
if
to
you
say.
want. You know what?
There we go.
You know how I feel about your love, Elf.
That's definitely making it in. That's making the cut. That's good.
It's gonna make it in. It's
good
gonna make it in.
Good content right there.
9, 10, 20. Okay, so Becca got a 20. Ooh. Thomas got 14. What'd you guys get? What did Carl get?
I got a 21.
And what did you get?
I got to 20.
It was 17.
17 and 17. Okay, you two failed. But
Well,
you two and Thomas failed. You critically failed.
I got a natural 1, so
Everybody
yeah.
else passed. You fully step on a twig.
Okay.
Like, you step on a twig, but then you stop moving.
I bumped into one of the legs, probably.
Like, so you make a noise, but your noise, like, is as you make the noise, as you kind of step on the twig, Beargar and Beargar and Carl kind of manage to like rustle up some of the leaves around them, and it ends up kind of somehow sounding kind of like just some wind and like leaves and stuff falling. It doesn't actually sound like a footstep snapping at twigs, and they don't seem to notice, and you guys successfully sneak by this pair of Musquawks. Good.
All right.
Good job. Okay.
Put that one away.
So I need you now,
Hi.
as you're still leading, to give me
Hell yes.
Now you get to give me just a singular survival check.
Survival.
Oh yeah, I'm staring at him.
She
Staring at
She
you.
casts guidance.
guidance to me.
Yes.
Okay, 12.
Including my guidance.
Yep, I rolled a 10. I have no survival.
You're a ranger.
Yeah, I am a half ranger.
You're the worst ranger.
I am a half ranger. Rangers are good at this stuff and shooting things. I am great at shooting things.
Is you can't have it all.
I'm an archer. I'm
You
not a
can't have it
ranger.
all.
Statement. It's not very sneaky. Doesn't
I
always
just
go on
range.
It's good to have around
Where
when
did
you
we
find
meet
it.
him?
In a bar.
He just showed up one day. It's been following me.
I followed a raccoon into a
The
bar.
worst
That's what you
ranger
get.
ever. I suck at stealth. I can't perceive anything.
I have great stealth.
I have no survival skills.
I got a 17 on a natural 1.
That's true. That's true.
He still stepped in
Okay,
the damn
so
way.
over the next hour, you kind of start to feel like maybe you're heading in circles. And then you come back around and you're like, actually, you two give me a perception check. Let me know if it's above a 10.
10.
Dirty 20 for all Beargar.
Ten.
You got a 10? You're like, man, I think I've been here before. And Bear was like, we were here an hour ago.
No, this is definitely the way.
And you fully realize that he just took you in a big-ass circle.
I'm not following you anymore. No.
Do you want to lead?
Pretty
You
sure
just
this
took
is
us
the
in a
way.
circle.
I'm
I'm headed towards me, bandits.
fairly certain this is the way.
And so now Beargar is literally just holding his rock up and just walking through like he knows the rock.
Is it? It's got to be nighttime by now, right?
No, that's, I mean, like,
No, we
it's-
left like
Just-
mid-morning.
Oh, okay.
You left mid-morning. You're at, like, lunchtime.
Okay.
If you're not leading the way, I need you to give me a survival check.
16.
Yeah, you're fine. You're like fucking asshole.
I have a +5. Like,
Why are you not leading every time?
Because I'm a ranger.
I thought the elf was a ranger.
This is what I'm supposed to do.
You're fully. You've got it. You know the path. You're fully heading down the path, but you're now also making the perception checks in the.
Eleanor's helping me.
So give me another perception check now.
What's her survival check?
20.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Same kind of situation. Like you're going through. You kind of end up on this time. You're the flatter surfaces of the kind of clearing and the levels that you guys were on. This is worn off, and you're now kind of down in the swamps. You're actually kind of walking in some of the like knee-high water. It's gross. It sucks. But you fully notice that in front of you there are 4 Musquawks that are like drinking at the water where you are. They're about 100 yards off in front of you, but you can tell there's 4 Musquawks.
Whoa, 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 everybody.
Why didn't lead us into the water?
It's a full fam. You were leading us backwards, you fucking retard. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't say that anymore.
It's a magical creature.
Eleanor says not to be calling him that anymore. So, we're gonna try to stealth pass these again.
Don't ask me.
I mean, I guess I could cast Pass Without a Trace again, but I only have 2 more spells.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop looking at me.
Okay.
I'm not here. Becca's like, I don't want to fight these things.
Don't you have big fireballs?
Yeah. I don't want to fight these
I'll
things.
cast it, but I only have 1 more second level spell now.
I mean, I think it's a good use of the second level spell.
Cast Pass Without a Trace.
Thank you, you stupid elf. I'm sorry. I shouldn't call you stupid. You're like my idiot brother. Because of Eleanor.
Everybody give me a stealth roll.
Bergar got an 18.
22.
22. Well, if you're not leading, you can stealth.
I rolled a 6 this time. Yes.
Oh, wait. Bergar had a 28.
There you go.
Carl had a 20.
Oh, man. Here, let me show you.
Well, you just rolled a 2.
Ooh. So did Becca.
It's almost a 20.
I mean, you got a plus 10. Did you
You got
just
a plus
waste
1.
my second level
sorry?
spell?
You have a +1.
So 3.
13.
Oh.
13. She just wastes my second level spell.
Pass without a trace is plus 10.
I hope you have a lot of fireballs.
So,
Becca.
Becca got a 13.
Or did you use them all on us?
Carl just got sassy all of a sudden.
Becca got a 13. You got a 13.
Been walking along thinking about how you broke my heart all afternoon.
Thomas got an 11. And sorry, Bergar?
22. It was a 17 before I had a 10.
27.
27.
Okay, so
I can do basic math. Wrong voice.
It was 18. Yeah, so 28.
Yes.
I got
Bergar got
22.
to 28.
22, 28, and what did Carl get?
20.
Okay.
I got a 20. Pass without a trace. Second level spell.
Damn, there's 4 of these things. You guys got real close to getting fucked up, but you make it. Yeah, so you guys make it past this, and this one, it's harder. You guys are kind of splashing through water. Like, it's hard to be stealthy while walking through water.
We have
But
a
you
giant
do
tree
manage-
stumbling through
yeah.
water with us.
You do manage to get through. There's even a time where, like, you see that Thomas has to, like, stop and be a tree.
And we all stop behind him.
Yeah.
I am also a tree.
And, but you guys make it past, just barely. So, survival check. To not get lost.
23. 22.
Okay, you're on the path. Like, you now know. Like, it's almost.
Of course I'm on the path.
I mean, like,
I know where my bandit is.
it's weird, but it seems like maybe you do. You're fully on the path. It actually shaves a little bit of time off it. Like, you're even finding, like, kind of game trails and stuff. Just making it faster. You're not having to trudge through as much just swampland. Alright, need another perception check.
Nat 20.
Dude, this time you see the Musquawks way
Mating.
off. Way off.
Mating?
They're far.
Getting it out.
You see them like easily 200 yards away. But you know what to look for now, and you kind of see like the way the trees are moving. Like, that's not wind; those are fucking Musquawks. And you guys are going to be able to take a circuitous route around them this time. So you'll get to. Everybody can roll with advantage. You can choose to use Pass Without a Trace.
It's my last spell, and I think we can go around these ones. So what if we just hang on to my spell? This is my last one.
Okay.
Feel bad enough we can save it for next time.
Then everybody can roll Everybody can roll stealth checks with advantage. Which means roll twice, take the higher one. But there's no plus 10 to that.
Natural 20.
Nice. Ooh. Becca's gonna take the 7 plus the 1 for the 8. But she's not gonna take the nat 1.
She should not. No. I'll take the nat 20 for a 26.
So it's stealth plus 10.
No.
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 Just
10 is
It's
Just stealth
advantage,
twice.
so you roll twice. And take the higher one.
With stealth.
Yes.
Becca and Thomas are not helping you guys.
17.
Wow, nice. 17. Okay.
nice.
19 for Bergar, 18 for Carl.
Awesome.
26. Nat 20.
Nat
man.
20. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Finally.
That's good because Becca got an 8
Okay.
and Thomas got a 6.
Oh,
So they're being loud, but you guys are like, hey!
it's Thomas.
Shh! And you quiet them down and you're able to get around these two, no problem.
I'm going to
Most
start
squawks don't keep
casting guidance
us.
on them.
That would be great.
They're not doing so well.
You can 100% do that. Well, Thomas has a -3 to stealth checks because he's a tree.
Yeah.
But Musquawks don't eat Thomas.
They don't eat Thomas, no.
Yeah, that's why we should send Thomas out to the side somewhere if we have to.
Survival. This is the last one.
21.
Okay. You're on the path, no problem. Perception.
19.
19 perception, okay. This is the weirdest kind of type of spot yet. So you're up, like you've now traveled far enough along that you can tell that you're kind of coming out. It's starting to come out of swampland. You guys are finally far enough north that you're getting to a spot where it's almost forest instead of swamp. But there's this valley in front of you that's kind of choked off. And at the end of the valley, there are 3 Musquawks. This is going to be very hard to pass by them because you kind of got to go right by them. But you do still have to pass without a trace. So you can give it a shot and see how sneaky you are.
I mean, you
But
guys
the
want me
DC
to use
is
my
higher on this
spell?
one.
Or you think we just waste the spell and save it for like a fireball or something because we're gonna have to fight him anyway.
Should we ask? Should Thomas maybe go off to one side and we go off to the other side?
I was thinking if Thomas could push one down, I could chop its legs.
I mean, if he goes out and distracts them, if they attack him, we can sneak up on them and attack them too, and help Thomas. But if they
It's
go,
effectively what I just
if
said.
they go towards Thomas and they're just like, it's just a tree, we can still sneak by and then he can catch up to us.
I mean, I guess I can cast Pass Without a Trace, but
I mean, if he goes off and does that, we might not
Without
need
a
pass without a
trace.
trace.
so you don't think I need to do it? I'm all for not casting another spell.
I think if Thomas distracts them, we might not need it.
Will we have an advantage if they're distracted?
Yeah, so mechanically the way it's going to work is if Thomas distracts them, he's going to have to make a series of rolls to see if he can distract them but not get into a fight with them. While he's distracting them, if it works, you guys will have an advantage on your stealth rolls.
I'm okay with that. I mean, if they see us, I have Flaming Spear, and I think that'll help us, at least get them off of us. And that is my last spell, though.
Carl, I didn't realize how much you valued your spell slots.
There's only 3 second levels, so I'm the only one casting spells right now.
Fair enough.
Like, you're a fancy
going
wizard,
to.
Becca.
I
You're a
will.
cleric. It's just me, I don't know.
I shoot arrows at things.
I was like, I'm blowing stuff up. I mean,
Would you be willing to shoot stuff so much if you only had 3 arrows?
Elf, you're killing me. Will you just cast the fucking spell?
yeah. So what are you doing? Is Thomas running interference? I mean, the risk of Thomas running interference is that he gets caught up with them, has to fight them, or doesn't meet back up with you guys for a while.
How big are they? Are they full-grown big
They're
Musquawks? Is
full,
it 2 big
it's
ones and one little one?
It's 3 full-grown Musquawks.
8 feet tall.
How many hit points do they have?
A lot. They're like basically 3 big trees that like to stab things with their face.
With beaks.
If you cut off their beak, they can't stab you with it anymore. The axe is a beak-cutting motherfucker.
I mean, if this is as far as if we're almost out of this area, then one more spell might be okay.
Fine, I'll just cast the spell. Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
hold on. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace. You guys ready? My magic thing isn't making a sound.
It sounded like a wolf howling, but that's cool.
So that's what I got. Pass Without a Trace.
to let you know, DC on this is higher. On this one, it's DC 17. I need more than half the party to get higher than a 17.
Could you cast guidance on Thomas then?
Yes.
Yes, he has a hard
Done.
time. Awesome.
Guidance.
don't have to click anything. I just. It's always there. Is the Stritz rolling a 20?
Just throw another one in there.
Yeah, this is going to be Becca's. So Becca got a 26. That's good news because she's been rolling like crap.
18.
Nice. Just barely. Okay, Thomas got a 0.
+4 plus a D4.
No, sorry, got a 1. Got a 1 plus a D4. He's not gonna make it. It's gotta be 17. So he's got 1 right now. But he added 2 to it, so he got a 13.
There we go.
Beargar also got a 13.
Okay.
But Carl, he's really quiet. I got a 28. You guys are loud.
So Carl
Wasting my good spell.
Carl passed. Becca passed. What did you get?
8.
88? I got an 88. I am a god. I turned into the wind.
It was
So much guidance.
10.
Plus 10, so 20.
20.
20. Okay. So you got a 0? Okay. That's 3 that passed.
24.
All right. You guys made it. So.
Beargar, you almost wasted my spell.
Shut up, Elf. Carry your staff.
We're all alive.
Carl! We gotta get through this.
I mean,
Sassy Carl.
we're almost there.
You complaining ain't helping.
I mean, I wasn't really picked for this event. I got a nice staff. But I'm just going somewhere with apparently my ex-girlfriend who never loved me anyway.
Carl, listen, darling. I mean, now's not really time for this,
When
but
we were together that night, it was magical.
it was a night. Yep. And, I mean, it was fine.
Magical.
Okay, but...
You said it was magical.
Ooh, Carl, look, there's a Musquawks. We should all be quiet. Let's go.
I have a 28 stealth, like out of possible 20. If you know what that means, it's quieter than silent.
It was. And now it's not.
And Becca cast silence.
I'm going to take the staff back.
Please don't. I very much like it, and it was a gift.
You guys make it past these Musquawks. You have gotten through the Musquawk territory. I don't know how.
Nope.
But you somehow managed to do
Obviously,
it.
my brilliant leadership and the guidance of me, Eleonora.
And I mean, there's some... You should be doing all the survival checks.
Clearly, I know this now. Only took me 3 days. It's not like it's been almost a year.
And then Carl's passed that trace helped you guys a ton. But
Yeah, it was a great use of my spells. I don't have any more second levels though.
So you guys made it through the Musquawk territory. You survived. You got to give me one more survival check.
8.
You get a little lost. You're wandering around a little bit, but you know where the Musquawk territory is. You're like, I'm not going back that direction. But you kind of lost the path a little bit. But Becca helps you out, and you guys kind of find it. The sun is starting to go down.
I think maybe when we got around the Musquawks, I got a little turned around. Eleanor says we've been going the wrong way.
But you do find the path again, and you kind of come out on this. It's a little bit of a higher road. Like I said, you guys are coming out of the swamps a little bit. You're still, I mean, the trees are still overgrown. It's still kind of muddy, swampy lands, but you're getting into higher elevation. You can tell that it's getting a little bit higher. You kind of tell you're getting into some hills, and you do find this. You end up on this kind of clearly cut cart path. It looks like it's been traveled some, but not a lot. And Becca is like guiding you along that path, and then you kind of come around the bend in this little hill, and you do see sitting up kind of higher up in the trees is a convent. It's a church. It's like kind of almost like a Spanish style church. Got the kind of domed roofs, the three the three different kind of spires that are domed, the arches that are leading into like the yard or the convent. You're probably 100 yards away from it. But the sun is starting to go down. Everybody give me a perception check.
13.
Unnatural 20.
Beargar got to 15.
And I got a 17.
Okay. Becca got a natural 20. And even Thomas got 16. So you all notice this, like as you're far enough away from the convent that you're not going to be noticed. As you can see, there's some people that are moving around in the courtyard. You can see that the torches are starting to be lit around the courtyard and even up into the convent itself. Some of the windows are starting to be lit with light. It's that time of dusk where all the torches are lit. But you do notice a lot of kind of commotion in the courtyard, and you can see that it looks like several people have come out of the courtyard. And from what you can tell, it looks like, and from what Becca can tell, she's like, that's definitely, they have come out to meet or greet someone that has just arrived. And you get the feeling that that's probably Mandestra. She got there just before you guys did. But she's just gotten there. Like, there's people out of the courtyard meeting her. And Becca will say to all of you, now's probably not the best time to go running in there. We probably need to make a good plan before we head in there. There's something else I should tell you about this place. This used to be a convent, and we call it a convent still, but there's not a single one of the proprietesses that live in there that are what they were a year ago. It's unnatural in that place.
So the Prietess is in there.
All the proprietesses are, including Mandestra.
And Medestra's got me boil. So I say we go in there. Now hit her in the face with me axe.
It sounds like there's a lot of faces to hit with a lot of axes.
Even better.
I don't
Thomas.
know how many axes you have, but
Thomas, you want to squish 'em some shitty clerics. Get our boy Bandit back.
I like to squish them, yes.
So we wait till it gets dark. We go in there. We kill everybody. Get my boyo. Go find Baldassar. Profit.
What if we do that, but then we light torches, burn everybody inside? Is that too dark?
I mean,
We wanna
that
kill
would be very
everybody
bright.
instantly. You know, I'm just saying it's probably the best way.
So you're
to
saying
do
we
it.
wait till they go inside
Yeah.
and we burn the village down with them in it.
Yeah.
Here's
And
the,
you're a cleric of Urian.
here's
I
the-
never said I was.
Here's the thing that I think you should know. One, I can't go in there with you. If Mandestra sees me fighting with you, she will instantly kill my children.
Are your children in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we don't burn it down just yet.
Probably shouldn't burn the whole thing
Not
down. then.
not yet.
So
Not
what
yet.
you're saying is you're against us burning your children.
I would say that's a pretty fair assumption, yes.
I mean,
would also-
I would protect your children forever,
Carl, just-
Rebecca.
No. Just stop. I will also say this. The women that were the priestesses have been changed. They were part of the experiments. They are not.
Like with the locket.
Like with the Undying's power, with the experiments that I was unfortunately being forced to run.
Those
So you're saying they don't stay dead?
all
I'm
those
saying-
weird test tubes and vials of liquids. And
Yes, all the stuff that you saw in my manor. Yes, that
I
was
think I
part of
stole
it.
some of them. Actually, I've got some. If that would help.
I'll look at that in just a second.
So, quick question. Does Mandestra know that you made Thomas?
Yes.
Because if we were going to go in there and squish her, we need to squish her before she killed your children.
I would hope so. Yes.
I think Thomas might just be good to get us inside. We can get over the wall through Thomas some
Thrones?
maybe a throws. Maybe we just get to climb them.
Moloch Thrones.
Okay, I guess we're gonna throw them.
It was pretty cool when you were flying through the air from Throams. It's the
looked
landing
pretty
part that was less exciting for me.
That did look a little.
It was
painful.
exciting, but it was quite painful.
I just need you to understand what you're going to be facing in there is not natural.
Are you saying these fuckers won't stay dead once we kill them?
They will not stay dead. They will probably try and bite and maybe feed on you, eat you.
Like vampires?
Undead magical.
Are these like the fucking ghouls in the manor?
Like
Were you the one
vampire
feeding the ghouls?
zombies?
Outside of the game, ultimately what has been created here by Balthazar is a convent full of vampires. You guys don't have a term for that because that doesn't exist in your world. So inside the game, Becca's like, I don't know what you call it, but these things, they feed on the life force of others. They drink the life force out of them. They don't die.
Were you the one feeding the ghouls?
Yes, those ghouls. That was my husband and my housekeeper.
And
Yes, I
are the ones in there like the ghouls?
They're worse. Her life is fucking tragic. You guys haven't asked her a fucking thing. She was forced to do experiments on her husband or her housekeeper, and like she was keeping her husband and housekeeper alive and doing experiments on them because if she didn't, they were gonna kill her children.
So Zakar just walks up, puts his hand on her shoulder, and is like, I think I killed your husband.
Well, I guess that means you're single now, so.
Holy fuck.
I mean, my life is pretty tragic, too.
So, a couple of questions for you, Becca. First, sorry,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The elf is, he's very insensitive. He's a little hurt. I'm sorry. I apparently speak for him now. And he didn't mean it like that. He's just, he's hurt. He's like that little brother you have that's dumb. And
No, I did mean it. I am sorry. I probably did kill your husband.
I'm gonna process that at a later date.
do you
Oh, the other elf.
do you know how
Sorry.
many of these creatures, these evil clerics,
Yes.
are in there?
At least 10.
Do you know if your children have been turned into ghouls or
No, that was
something
part
else?
of the. That was always part of the deal.
You think they would honor that deal, given the circumstances?
And would these things eat your children?
Well, yes, if my children would just roaming about the place, they 100% would.
Do you know where they're kept?
And they're in the basement.
Of course they're in the basement. They couldn't just be in the courtyard.
I
They
mean,
could make it
I mean, they
easy.
could.
Get 'em.
They could keep.
This is what I know, and I can show you what I know of the place. Once they put my children in there, I was never allowed to go back inside. It was a pact of faith that we made with each other, that they would not kill my children, and I would continue to do their work for them.
That doesn't sound like faith to
When was
me.
the last time you spoke with your children, Les?
3 months ago,
Do you know for sure they're alive?
I hope so.
That doesn't sound like faith.
So,
I know that if I didn't continue doing what I was doing, they wouldn't be.
could we get you to maybe cast a fireball on one side of the camp?
Maybe. What's your plan?
Well, I think
Well, we could use pass without trace, but I don't have any left.
I see what you're saying. Cast a fireball on a side of this church so it can create a
we
distraction.
create a big distraction. The rest of us sneak in. We get your kiddos. We get out. And then we get you. We kill the fuck out of the monsters.
And then can we burn everything inside this place? Once we get the kid,
I will
the children
personally,
out?
if you get my children out of there, I will personally set this place on fire myself.
That sounds.
You guys like the plan?
I like that plan. Yes.
You get my
So-
children out, I will burn this place down, and I will give you anything you want.
And you can see the building with that you know that they're in.
Well, I mean the convent
main
is really just one big building, and then in the basement of that, I can maybe tell you how to get there. I can draw you a rudimentary map.
Do it in the sand.
That sounds perfect, Les. Draw us a map. Cast us a fireball.
Fair enough.
Let's fucking go.
I think we should end there.
Yeah.
Before we get into this.
Well done, everyone.
Right on. Yay! Good job, guys. Thanks for playing along.
Okay, bye.